All right, we are live. A little bit later than expected. Both me and Mikey appear to be have been having some technical difficulties, which seems to happen a lot sometimes. But it is what it is. So we got NFL draft today, and the concept behind this one is me and Mikey are basically going to tell you who we think is going to be picked for each pick as it comes.
You can turn it off.
Now I'm guessing we're both probably going to agree that the Titans are going to take Cam Ward here.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's too much suspense on that one, but we will see for sure what's coming.
What? All right.
Now bear with me as I have to put some of these logos back up here because I did not get a chance to finish doing that before
All right.
said
Here
technical
we go.
difficulties started causing problems. So
All right. We should be good now.
we will fix that. Sounds like Mikey's back and ready to go.
Yeah. Y'all
All
can
right.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, good. Making sure. Oh, man. All right. 2025 NFL Draft.
So, Mikey, I was just telling them that we're going to be
Yeah.
predicting who's going to go with each pick. Now, I don't think this one's too hard. I'm guessing the Titans are going to take Cam Ward. Take Cam Ward. I'm assuming you are going to say the same thing.
Absolutely, man.
Okay. Not exactly difficult. Titans need a quarterback. Unfortunately, Mayonnaise Man did not do the job.
Yeah, mayonnaise man was awful. He was inconsistent. Like that was his big problem. Like,
It's sad.
the inconsistency was
I was hoping for him to do Kentucky proud, but he did not. But then again, I kind of knew that because, like, you know, watching him play at UK, I never understood why on earth he was being talked about as a potential first round pick. And I know he ended up going in the second round. But some people were talking about him potentially going late in the first.
Yeah, and hey, but if it makes you feel better, Jamarcus Russell did LSU no favors.
Well, that Jamarcus Russell is a little different, but I get it.
I know, but he didn't do LSU no favors.
No, he sure did not. But Joe Burrow did. Joe Burrow's a lot more recent than Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all have
Garrett
been.
Nussmeier was
I think LSU's reputation for quarterbacks has been redeemed at this point.
yeah. Okay, why is Roger Goodell on a bike?
Because he's it. I don't know. Because Roger Goodell knows everybody hates him, so he knows now he has to be like slightly quirky to make himself seem like a funny old guy, so that people don't think about the
Yeah.
fact they hate him as much. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Titans, they have the first pick. Saints have pick 9. You have pick 17.
Sure do. Come
Yeah.
on, Jade Barron.
Come on, Will Johnson.
I think Will Johnson would be a pretty good pick. I'd love for the Bengals to get Will Johnson, but I would at this point there was early in this draft cycle there was some thought that he might slip to the Bengals, but at this point I don't think there's any remote chance in hell of that happening.
Look, I already know the Saints are going to do the dumb thing, but hey, I'm allowed to hope until I can't hope no more.
That you are.
Yeah. But yeah, in fact, I literally made my entire draft board. I made 20 guys and I put them in order of how happy I would be if the Saints took them. And Will Johnson is at the top of that board.
So he's the one you want.
Yes.
Is this draft in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Huh. No wonder Tom Grossi went.
Tom Grossi's actually going to be announcing a pick in the 6th round.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, I think pick 198 unless he gets traded.
Wait, they gave Tom Grossi the 6th round pick. That's BS. They should
I
they
mean,
should
what?
they should
Were they
give
gonna
him at
have him?
least the second. He's
I
more of a
mean, yeah,
he's as much of a legend for like the current generation of NFL fans. Tom Grossi's as much of a legend as anybody they'd have announcing picks.
yeah, I agree. But look, like I've had the pleasure of meeting him. I'm pretty sure you had the pleasure of meeting him.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of Tom Grossi shirts. I have his comedy album, but I still can't find that thing after we cleaned his house for the 7th time. So I don't know where I put it. So, I have a wildflower poster right there. So yeah, Tom Rossi's been a legend of my life.
I had a chance to make his website, but somebody beat me to the punch on that one.
Like make his website like what?
Like make his website. Like you know,
Like create his own website.
yeah, I was gonna for my project at school that I ended up I ended up making my own website. You know, the one that we've been using for the power rankings and stuff. Originally,
Yeah.
my plan was to do one for Tom Grossi, like a client type of thing. Except I probably wasn't going to charge him. Um,
Hmm.
but somebody beat me to the idea. Like his old website was shit, dude. Like it was awful. It was an afterthought. He just threw some stuff up there because he was focused on what do you call it?
On his brand.
Yeah, on the YouTube show. Duh. He was focused on his YouTube show. He didn't care about the website. He just threw something up there for it to exist. And actually, I think it was originally for his comedy album. Like he made the website and then he repurposed it for his YouTube channel, but he like barely put any thought into it. And I was like, well, I've got some ideas I could turn it into a really nice website for you. Um, and unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, I went to the UK over the summer and I kind of put that idea on the back burner. And then by the time I got back and actually contacted him about it, it was too late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it makes I don't know. Well, hey, Daniel Barry Sports, I'll tell you no.
What's going on, Daniel? I'm just trying to get these
Yeah,
team
no, we
logos
got
up because I didn't have a chance to do it beforehand because we had technical difficulties.
fun fact. I met the person that was responsible for the Saints going into the Super Bowl last week,
Who's that?
Garrett Hartley.
I've definitely heard that name before.
He was the kicker that kicked that field goal against Minnesota to send us straight to the Super Bowl.
So it was against. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that playoff run, we beat the Cardinals in the division round. We destroyed them in the division round. Then
Oh,
we played
was
Minnesota.
that Brett Favre's? Was that Brett Favre that y'all beat?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was funny because a lot of people were getting mad at Brett Favre saying you could have just took a knee and kicked a 53-yard field goal. Instead, you threw an interception to Tracy Porter, which ironically he's the one that won us the Super Bowl, kind of. And yeah, then the Saints, back when the overtime rules was sudden death, Saints got the ball, kick field goal, go to the Super Bowl. And Garrett Hartley was responsible for that. And he was at my school last week, and he showed me the Super Bowl ring. Ironically, I was wearing a hat that had the Super Bowl logo on it when the Saints won. So, man, good times, good times. So that's I think the second celebrity I met.
Anthony Munoz taught me how to play football.
Who? Anthony Munoz?
Yeah.
He was a Bengals tackle, right?
Yeah, he's our only actual Hall of Famer. Like we have a couple other people who are in the Hall of Fame, but he's the only one who like spent his whole career playing with the Bengals. The other ones are like
nice.
Charlie Joyner and T.O.
Okay. All right. Ooh, Shadur Sanders, bro. If the Saints draft Shadur Sanders. Whew.
Yeah. Man, that's gonna be crazy when they draft Jalen Milroe.
Shut up! No, you are not putting the bad juju on me.
You know what? That's gonna be actually even crazier when they draft Jalen Milroe at number 9, and just Shadur Sanders is still on the board.
No, shut up. Man, you know what? That's why. You know what? What in the world is that? You know what? That's why the Bengals are drafting another receiver at number 17.
They're definitely not now that they re-signed T. Higgins.
That's why they're trading away Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and they're going to trade them for Kevin White.
Okay, I suppose I deserve that one. The difference is like the thing that I'm teasing you about, like it could potentially happen.
No, it can't.
I think there's a way higher chance of that happening than the Bengals trading away Jamar fucking Chase.
Jalen Milroe's bad.
Well, okay, just because you know that.
Like so bad.
You know what? Peyton Turner's bad too, and the Saints drafted him.
Who?
Peyton Turner.
He's not on our team no more. I try to forget that he was even on our team.
Yeah, that's my point though. That he's bad, and the Saints drafted him.
Can Mickey Loomis get fired? No. That's never gonna happen. You know what this dummy said on his post-game or his pre-draft interview? This man was like, "We're not going to talk about Derek Carr. We're only going to talk about the draft." He said that like 8 different times. But then he has time to talk about Chris Olave and Trevor Penning, though. He has time to talk about them, just not about Derek Carr, but because it's a pre-draft thing. Like, what are we even doing?
Okay, so the Titans are on the clock, by the way. Titans are on the clock. Although, I guess technically they've been on the clock since the season ended.
They've been on the clock since January.
Well, then they've been on the clock since December.
No, because they.
Oh yeah, because that first week, that first week of January is at the end of the season. You're right.
Yeah, because technically they weren't supposed to have the number 1 pick, but then the Patriots beat the Bills at the end of the year to give them the number 1 pick.
Right. No, you're right.
The pick is officially in for Tennessee. Wonder who it's going to be.
Me. It's going to be me.
Me.
I'm going to go play for Brian Callahan, and I might be slightly worse than what they already have.
Bruh. Cats, what are y'all doing?
Okay, so the pick is in, and all of the cameras are on Cam Ward, and the video is of Cam Ward, and they're not officially saying it's Cam Ward yet, but guys, it's Cam Ward.
Well, yeah, we gotta wait another hour till they announce the pick, obviously.
Yeah.
What up, Kyle? Let's go for this.
The pick is in. Who is it? Oh, I bet it's Johnny Manziel.
Funny enough, I heard someone compare Shadur Sanders to Johnny Manziel, and I wanted to slap that person in the face so hard.
I mean, he's kind of arrogant like Johnny Manziel. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be bad, though.
Yeah, bro. Like, Johnny Manziel ruined himself. I don't think Shadur Sanders would do that, but...
Yeah, there was a lot going on. Like Johnny Manziel was a big partier. Like people don't understand, like, to make it in the NFL, you don't. It takes more than just talent. You also have to have the right mentality. And Johnny Manziel just had the wrong mentality. And I was trying to tell people that at the time. Everybody like people like, oh, Johnny Manziel is going to be the next big thing. And I was trying to tell people like, no, dude, this guy has an idiot, like, this guy has a kid's mentality. And like, I don't know if he's got it in him to pull himself out of it to make it in the NFL.
Yeah. Roger Goodell is walking to the podium.
I was so happy when the Browns drafted him. I was just like, thank you, God.
I was happy when the Bengals drafted Michael Penix.
All right. So, Roger Goodell is coming out to announce, who is it? Is it somebody other than Cam Ward?
Oh, wow. It's Cam Ward. Who could have saw that?
Okay, so I think you might be a little ahead of me.
Yeah.
All right, it's Cam Ward, guys. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. So did Mikey. Didn't see that coming either. Like nobody saw that coming. Yeah, Cam Ward, quarterback from Miami. Yeah, it's what a shock. It's like the guy who everybody said was going to go number one went number one. Wow.
Who gets all that? Yeah. Well, now the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. No, never mind. The Browns just traded.
Oh, okay, interesting.
They
I had the
traded
Browns taking I had the Browns taking Shadur
the
here.
Jacksonville
All
Jaguars
right,
are on
interesting.
the clock.
That's a
That
that's a
was.
that's a that's a good move for them.
I wonder what they traded to go up to number two.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
I mean, originally I had Jacksonville taking Tyler Warren with the fifth pick, to be honest with you. But now they trade up to number two, so now all the options.
Well, now
Now
it's
all the
probably this.
options
This got to
are
be Shadur, right?
no. Why?
Oh wait, I'm not Shadur. This got to be Abdul Carter.
Yeah, well, I mean, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, I feel like is the pick here. Why would they take? Why would they take Shadur Sanders when they already have Trevor Lawrence? Like, are
Yeah,
they
I did.
giving up on him
I
that
wasn't thinking. I was like, I mean, typically people go up for quarterbacks, but this is almost certainly going to be Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I mean, originally I had them taking Tyler Warren, but I don't think you trade up for Tyler Warren.
No, you probably trade down for Tyler Warren, considering where they were drafting. That's awful
Yeah,
high to take Tyler Warren. To be honest with you. That's also quite possible. Travis Hunter, that makes a lot of sense actually.
yeah, I think they're gonna take Travis Hunter here. I could be wrong, but I think that's where they're going with this because he would definitely help that team in a lot of ways. But now, all right, we only took two picks for our first trade. All right, I wonder if they're gonna show what Jacksonville had to trade. I imagine probably a first next year as well. Probably had to make the deal go through.
I guess
I wonder if
PFF doesn't seem to think that it's even possible that that could happen. So
what's possible.
that the Browns would trade this pick.
Well, tell them to go suck it. I wonder if. Let me see. All right.
All right. Well, who did the Jaguars trade up to go get? Big Lee. Oh, Ryan. Okay. Yeah, Ryan. I'll respond to you here in a second, bub. We're a little distracted here.
Yeah, apparently the Texans and Browns made a draft trade before the draft. Where the Browns got a fifth and another fifth.
Interesting.
And the Browns got. Hold on.
What's up, John?
Oh. Well, the Browns got a 2025 fifth and a 2027 fifth, and the Texans got a 2025 sixth. Oh, here we go. The Jaguars received the second overall pick, a fourth round pick, and a sixth round pick this year, while the Browns get the fifth overall pick, a second and a fourth round pick this year, and a first next year. Ooh, that changes a lot of things.
So the Browns get okay. Huh.
Both teams got a lot. The pick is in.
Yeah, that's just I don't know, like that I mean, that feels like the Jaguars kind of got a steal. Like the Browns didn't for giving up the second overall pick. I know they didn't move that far, but for giving up the second overall pick, it feels like they didn't get a whole lot. Like
Yeah,
they basically just like they basically picked up an extra sixth round pick out of all that.
Yeah. I mean, they gave up a first next year, but like we've seen it before, Jacksonville. I feel like they have a good roster. Their team just wasn't motivated last year. So like, if that first round pick ends up being in the late teens, maybe early 20s.
Yeah, I don't like
I think Jacksonville has a bright future.
I don't like their coach though.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
I mean, he did cheat on Tampa Bay. So.
No.
The cameras are pointing towards Travis Hunt. Is that a sign? Maybe it is. Yep, it's official. Jaguars are drafting Travis Hunter.
All right. Well, that's so if you're keeping score, then that's Mikey has currently picked one more right than I did because I thought it was going to be Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I got 2 right. I got Travis Hunter.
Yeah, Travis Hunter. I wasn't even thinking about Travis Hunter. I don't know why. Like that's obviously the right pick. You think they're going to let him play both spots?
Maybe. And with the Giants, with the 3rd pick, unless they trade down like Cleveland did, I think Giants are going to Abdul Carter here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's been a lot of buzz about them doing that.
Yeah, I think Abdul Carter is easily the pick there. Like I've heard a lot of Shador rumors. Guys, if they wanted Shador, they would not sign Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston.
So, Mikey, you're a little ahead of my feed. Which is cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to be announcing the picks, which is cool. Just when the Bengals are up, don't like let me react. Don't say what the Bengals pick is when that comes up.
Okay, I got you. I might troll you, but that's going to be like the only thing I probably do.
All right, so some gigantic human being is coming out to announce this pick.
Is that Eric Armstead?
That might be. He's big enough. Like that guy. Literally, Roger Goodell looks like a very pale Smurf next to him.
Yeah, that's Eric Armstead for show. At least I think. I don't know. To be fair, I don't be studying Eric Armstead's face. So.
We got like a David and Goliath thing going on here.
Yeah.
Like Roger Goodell looks like he's built roughly about like me, and Eric Armstead looks like he's built like a truck.
Yeah.
Like an F-150 at least.
Yeah. Cam Ward, the tight. Yeah, that's Eric Armstead. Yep, it says right there. Eric Armstead, 2024 Walter Payton Man of the Year. Which is really why I know what he looks like. Because I remember watching the award ceremony.
Is he? Wait, I thought we already knew they drafted Travis Hunter. Have they not announced it yet?
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't announce on the TV, but like the Bleacher Report and stuff be announced.
Okay.
Stuff. So, but that's how I knew it was going to be the pick right before Travis Hunter got announced. Because Bleacher Report always be like a couple minutes ahead.
I need some fucking coffee, dude.
That's nice. All right, come on, just announce the pick. We know it's Travis Hunter. Blah, blah,
you know what? Since we already know what the pick is, I'm going to go ahead and put this up, and then I'm going to go get some coffee. I'll try to be back before the next pick.
All right. Travis Hunt is going to Duval.
It's Colorado, right?
That's how you do it. What?
Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Colorado.
I'm making sure I'm not insane.
Yep.
All right. I'll be right back. If another pick happens, just announce it and I'll update it when I get back.
All right. Travis Hunter's officially a Jaguar. And now the New York Giants are on the clock at number 3 overall. Okay. Travis Hunter is hype. Travis Hunter is hype. Like, Travis Hunter is actually excited. Like, he's beating on teams' logos. Like, he is excited. That boy's running out. Man, Travis Hunter is excited to be in Duval. He's excited for winning those 7 games next year, maybe. Woo! If I'm a Jaguars fan, I'm excited about this. Now the New York Giants are on the clock at number 3 overall. I think it's going to be clear. I think they're going Abdul Carter, edge out of Penn State. I mean, how could you not at this point? I feel like Abdul Carter is the most talented edge rusher in this class. Carter, you know, he's kind of like a Micah Parsons, essentially. But yeah, the Giants. I don't think they're going to turn down, but you never know. Travis Hunter, man, that boy got them. All right, Giants. See what they do here. Imagine if the pick gets skipped. That would be funny. Bro. All right. Travis Hunter going to Duval. That's how you do it, Liam. Travis Hunter, he's got skill. I think if I'm a Jaguars fan, I am stoked about that pick. But yeah, the Giants, let's see what they do at 3. I'm currently 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
All right, I see the Giants still haven't picked yet, so that's good.
Yeah. They've been on the clock for a while. I wonder if they're reconsidering things. Oh, now the pick is in.
Who do you think they're taking?
I was just saying. I was just saying though, if I'm a Jaguars fan, I'm excited about Travis Hunter. I don't know if you saw when Travis Hunter was walking out, that man was stoked to be in Duval. So
I bet. I think he's stoked to.
that man was slamming on the wall, like he was excited. So if you're getting that type of Travis Hunter, bro, if I was a Jaguars fan, I would. Man, I won't be shocked if Jacksonville makes a run next year. Like I'm not saying go to the Super Bowl or nothing, but like Jaguars, I mean, they weren't a bad team like 2 years ago. Last year, they just had a terrible, system. So, which I don't know what changed, but I don't know. All right, pick is in for the New York Giants.
We're both saying Abdul Carter, right?
No, they didn't say the pick yet.
No, we are saying that.
Well, yeah, we're saying Abdul Carter.
Okay.
However, I have a couple surprises during the draft that y'all might say I'm nuts for, but
I'm sure we'll both have some weird picks, but these early picks shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that I said this on the last one instead of Travis Hunter is dumb.
Going to the Giants.
All right, well that's official now.
Yep.
Abdul Carter. Good pick for the Giants there.
Yeah, but good for 3, boy. Whoa.
By far and away, no question about it, the best pass rushing talent in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 3 for 3. That's all I care about right now.
Well, if my brain was on, then I would have been 3 for 3. But I don't know.
Nope, you're 2 for 3. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. With the 4th pick, I actually got the Patriots taking Armand Membu.
Yeah, that's okay. So you're getting started with the weird picks early. I see.
Yeah, I think he's better than Will Campbell. I'm sorry. I'm right now.
Well, we all know how you feel about Will Campbell.
Yeah, trust me. I look. Whenever Will Campbell gets picked, I'll clap for him. I'll be excited for him. But yeah, he was inconsistent as a rock. So,
inconsistent as a rock.
Carter,
How inconsistent are rocks typically? They're usually pretty consistent.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I think it's going to be, what's his name? Will Campbell.
Ew. Will Campbell, all right. I got Membu and...
Okay, so now I am seeing Abdul Carter being taken. Roger Goodell just announced it on my screen. So, but yeah, I think the Giants taking Will Campbell. Mikey thinks they're taking Armand Membu. We can both agree that they're probably taking an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're going to agree, that they're going to take an offensive lineman. These are pretty much the only two possible offensive linemen you consider taking this early, unless they just really want to like go absolutely hog wild here and just like be like Josh Simmons at number 4 overall.
Where's Sanders going, Jeff?
I've
I'm
also
not gonna spoil nothing.
I've also heard a lot of talk about Kelvin Banks.
I mean, he's good.
He's just been he's been rising up a lot of boards lately.
Yeah. To be fair, Jackson Dart also stupidly has been rising up boards.
I had literally nothing about Jackson Dart. I didn't watch a single bit of film on him.
Will you watch that Kentucky game?
No, I don't really watch college football. I'll watch it. I'll watch it for the NFL draft, but I don't really watch college football like in general.
Okay. Well, it looks like Giants fans already knew that they were getting Carter. All right. So the Patriots at the 4th pick. You know, they still haven't put up the graphic, so
yeah.
Of like they're on the clock.
New England Patriots are on the clock.
Eventually. So yeah, I'm on them. Well, I thought they were just about to say another trade was announced, but no, it was just the draft logo. Bro, Abdul Carter gives me Micah Parsons vibes.
You think he's going to be that good?
Yes.
All right.
He's wearing Micah Parsons' number.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my fault.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
I clicked the wrong button.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading the chat right now. Yeah, New England was bad last year. Like,
where is Sanders going? Well, I thought he was going to the Browns. So, maybe he does make it to New Orleans.
I think he's going to Seattle.
Seattle? You think he falls to Seattle?
Yes.
Damn, okay.
I know they signed Sam Darnold, but we've learned in the past that don't mean nothing. Yeah, I think he gets picked by Seattle, whether that's crazy or not.
I think that's a little crazy, but crazier things have happened. So, you don't know.
You get the cats and put them away. Nice. Don't have cats.
I don't want to. My wife does, though.
Tell her not to want cats.
I've been trying. Now, we have dogs, but she's like, oh, when the dogs go, I want cats. And I'm like, no! Cats are evil.
Bro, did they just messed up the litter box.
Yeah, because they're disrespectful little shits.
Yeah, that. Okay, now we're on a commercial break for some odd reason.
Well, because it's...
Who gave them permission to be on commercial break?
We live in a capitalist society, so yeah, that's going to happen.
Okay. If I was president, commercial breaks would be banned from society.
What are you, a communist?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so since we're on commercial break, Ryan, let's go for that edge player 17th pick. Well, first of all, it depends on who's available, Ryan. Like, you don't want to just go take an edge player for the sake of taking an edge player. You want to take the best player available. Now, I've been saying let's go Jahdae Barron, but I don't know. Like, if somebody, like, you know, if let's say, what's his name? The guy I just said earlier, the tackle from
Will Campbell?
Yeah, no, not Will Campbell. The guy who I was just saying was rising up. Kelvin Banks. If Kelvin Banks is available, you got to take him, right? If Tyler Warren's available, you got to. Well, I don't know. We've got enough tight ends, honestly. We've got too many tight ends. We have a plethora of tight ends. If Will Campbell's available, you got to take Will Campbell. But like in the very realistic scenario where none of those guys are available, Jahdae Barron is like I think the guy who like marries need and being a really good player. So I don't know if any of the really top quality edge rushers are going to be available at 17.
Well, I've y'all going safety and getting Malachi Starks at 17.
I wouldn't be upset with Malachi Starks. Now, that wouldn't be what I would do because I kind of have this thing about not taking safeties in the first round, kind of the same way I have with running backs. But he's a really talented player. He might be my exception to the rule.
Oh, speaking of running backs, where's Genty going to go?
I had him going to the Cowboys.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't fallen to. I think the Broncos are trading up for him at 14.
Think the Broncos are going to trade up for him? That'd be interesting.
Yes. Yes. I did trade ups. Don't blame me.
Yeah, I didn't do trade ups, and the reason I didn't do trade ups, it's actually better to do trades. Like it's more respectable to do trades. I think the reason I don't do trades is because you can't predict what trades are going to happen, and the second you make one wrong trade, the entire like landscape of the draft changes. So this whole idea that you're going to predict the draft anyway is ridiculous. Nobody's ever going to predict the actual like final outcome of the draft. But I just don't do trades because the whole idea for me is about the exercise of trying to think of like, you know, what are these teams looking for? Who's going to basically generally go where?
Yeah.
And so I'm not really going for pure accuracy anyway, so, you know, I don't feel the need to do trades.
I'm a fan of chaos.
Well, that's fair. I like chaos too, but I'm not going to predict chaos. That kind of goes against the whole point of chaos.
Yeah. Bro, when are they going to announce this Patriots pick, man? It's been like 2 hours.
I don't think it's quite been 2 hours.
The Eagles, they pick at the end.
All right, good. I can watch my hockey.
Yes, you can. Because y'all won the Super Bowl, so y'all pick at 32. Have fun with that.
Who watches hockey? Losers.
You got roasted back out. That's funny.
You want me to unplug the internet?
No.
Well, then shut up.
You shut up. Who was the pick? I missed it. I was too busy laughing.
I still haven't seen it yet, so.
All right, it was Will Campbell.
Will Campbell. Ha! We're back on even terms. Cool.
Okay, Will Campbell. Okay. All right, let's go, Will Campbell. Okay. I hope you have a good career in New England. But, you know, the fifth pick, though, belongs to the Browns. Obviously trading down from number 2 with Jacksonville. I originally had them going Travis Hunter, but that was before they traded down.
I originally had them going Shadur Sanders. So,
no.
You know, I guess my guess is that they'll take Shadur Sanders here.
Now, my guess, they do need a running back because they lost Nick Chubb, but I don't think they take Genty here. Who's like what? Like Tyler Warren's the next best guy on my board, but they don't really need tight end. They got Njoku. They put me in an uncomfortable situation. Is this where Membu goes? Do the Browns have good tackles?
I mean, the next best guy on my board is Ashton Genty, but you know they're not going to take him.
Bruh, if I was the Browns, I would trade down again. Man.
Although actually, because of the whole Nick Chubb thing, they could take Ashton Genty. Now it'd be a little early. Like he's the next best player on my board, but that doesn't mean that like you take a running back that's high, unless it's like Saquon Barkley. And I mean Ashton Genty could be that good, but
like, bro, this draft is already flipped on its sides. They could go maybe receiver, maybe. I have to make a pick before I realize who's picking. Bro, this is tough. Who are the Browns tackles?
Jedrick Wills and other.
They have Antonio, right?
Yeah, but he's a guard.
Oh, he's a guard. Uh, dude, who would they take? I'm gonna go Mason Graham.
I hope not.
That's my
I
final
like
pick.
Mason
I'm taking
Graham.
Mason Graham.
I
What?
like I like Mason Graham, so I hope not.
Queen.
What about McQueen?
With him dying. Whoever it was.
You mean Kyron Lacey?
No. The Bears player that just died.
Oh, that dude that just died.
Steve McQueen, was it? Or Steve? What? Steve?
The person that won the Super Bowl
The ALS that just died yesterday?
yesterday. I don't know. Well, I don't know because I have this thing on mute because copyright's the B word. But
So the Browns pick is in already.
yeah, I see this. Okay, hold up.
Go ahead and change
Alright.
this up then.
Yeah, it doesn't say it yet. Browns pick is in at 5 overall. I have them going Mason Graham because that's really the only guy that I would see making sense here.
As I said, I have them taking Sanders here.
In the original 5th pick, I had Jacksonville going Tyler Warren.
Yeah, but I think they're good on tight end though right now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not having them take Tyler Warren.
I mean, they could go like McMillan here, in theory. Like if they're not feeling a quarterback, you know, McMillan might be the next best pick, or really Genty, but like Genty would be the best addition for them. It's just like if you're gonna go for Genty, you might as well trade down again.
Let me see. Something real quick. Let me see this real quick. DeJuan Jones. Is DeJuan Jones any good?
I forgot about DeJuan Jones. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's
Okay,
like a second year player or something like that. I want to say, but he did really well in his rookie year. So
Mendu was technically the best guy on my board.
Yeah, they got Wills and the guy you just said, DeJuan Jones. They got DeJuan Jones and Wills, so there's no way they take a tackle.
Well, yeah, they're going Mason Graham, I think.
I hope not.
Which will be weird because I had the Raiders going Mason Graham with the next pick.
Come on, pick somebody bad. Go Browns. Do the Browns thing. What do you mean? What did they do? They play in my division. That's what they did. Their fans were mean to me when I was a child. That's what they did.
That's nice. I mean, hey, Atlanta fans threw rocks at our stadium during Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Not really.
It's kind of shitty, but
Let's see. Let's see the pick.
All right, Roger. What say you?
Mason Graham, baby.
God
Got
damn.
it correct.
Well,
That's 4 for your boy.
That's +1 to you then.
Yes, God.
Okay, well.
So now the Raiders have the 6th pick, where I had them going Mason Graham. Who's the Raiders tackles? Because like I said, I'm gonna be searching until Armand Membu's off the board.
I think this one might be a bit of a hot take, but I had the Raiders taking Tyler Warren.
I had him going at 5, but I mean, why? They already have Brock Bowers.
I know, isn't that'd be crazy? They have Brock Bowers and that other guy, who they also drafted in the first round. But I don't know. I have this feeling that the Raiders are going to do something crazy.
All right, I have a question.
What?
Is DJ Glaze good at football?
I have no idea.
Okay, so with the 6th pick, the Raiders take Armand Membu.
Okay. It's an odd perspective. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong. I was thinking the Jets are going to take Tyler Warren. The Raiders. Shit, I might have had them taking Mason Graham. Which you did too. So fuck. No, I had the. Who did I have taking Genty?
I don't know. You said Dallas, right?
Oh yeah, Dallas, right? Okay, so yeah, the Jets I had taking. I don't remember now. So the Raiders anyway. Now maybe I did have them taking Mason Graham. I don't fucking know. I forget now. But who do I think they're taking now? Malachi Starks.
That early?
Yeah, pair him with
I have Starks going in the first round, but I was thinking like maybe around like 15 to 20 range.
I don't really care. Like talent's talent. Um,
Yeah.
but I think you pair Malachi Starks and Divine Diablo. You're gonna have
Devontae
a.
Adams not there no more.
Oh, did he leave? Oh well, then they're
He
definitely
went to
taking.
Atlanta.
They're definitely taking a safety at some point.
Yeah, well, he went to Atlanta, which whatever.
That could that. So like I really like Divine Diablo, but I'm not sure if he fits in Atlanta's system. So that might actually end up like working in your favor.
But it's weird. I remember watching Tom Grossi get so excited when the Raiders took the Von Diablo, and now he's already off that team.
Well, I think that's just because of his name.
Well, no, I think it was because he had the Raiders taking Devon Diablo.
Oh, okay.
All right, is the pick in? Is the pick in? I don't know
Well, the pick's definitely
because
in.
they don't have a graphic on the screen.
Well, they did have a graphic go across the screen though.
Mikey surprisingly knows a lot about football players. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean,
Well,
why would that be surprising?
Mikey does run his own football show and also often comes like does a football podcast with me. So I would hope he knows about football players.
I've been studying since 2018, fam.
Pick someone bad. Yeah, well, that was the hope, Jeff. That was the hope.
Raiders. 4-3 is the score on the board. All right. Well, the pick is in for the Raiders. Why did I think the Patriots were just on the clock for some reason?
Because you're insane.
Okay.
I mean, you never know.
Pick is in.
Browns, why do you have to do things that make sense?
To be fair, they have the same amount of Super Bowl wins as you do.
Okay, so you don't want to be on this podcast anymore? Is that what you're telling me?
What did I do? I'm just saying.
You know what you did.
Okay. Who did they take? Was that Genty? Did they take Genty?
Did they?
I think they just.
Wow, they did. They did. They took.
Genty.
Wow. Okay. All right.
We got some Genty.
I see you.
Okay.
I did not have that one. That was not on my bingo card.
I felt like it was a possibility. I just didn't know.
I mean, they could use help at running back. To be fair, but like I feel like Genty's the type of guy. I feel like Genty's the type of guy that you take when you feel like you're ready to make a run, and the Raiders aren't anywhere close to that.
No pun intended. I hope.
No.
Because running back, you're ready to make a run. Well, yeah. Well, they took Genty. I felt like it was a possibility. I just didn't think they were going to take him because I felt like they could have gotten a running back in the second round. But, they took Genty, which, ain't a bad thing. They have Raheem Mostert, but Mostert ain't the same as he once was. So you get Ashton Genty in there. I think that, I think the Raiders, could use him. And
I've
plus they have
never
Pete Carroll as their
thought-
head coach.
I've never thought Raheem Mostert was really all that good, to be honest with you.
I mean, I feel like he was all right. Like, he had 20 touchdowns a couple years ago. So, I mean, he does things.
He looks very happy to be a Raider.
That's literally what Travis Hunter did.
But honestly, I think honestly, like Travis Hunter and him, I think both of them they were probably really just excited to be drafted and to go out on the stage. Like, I mean, that's every kid who plays football's dream is to go out on that stage and get drafted.
Yeah.
Especially the way they do up the thing these days. So
Yeah,
with
I actually had the Jets taking Will Campbell, but he's off the board now. So.
I had them taking Tyler Warren, so we'll see.
I think the Jets take. Shoot. Hold up. Let me pull up the bingo card. The New York Jets will take with the 7th overall selection. They are taking Armand Membu because I will not stop saying his name till he's actually off the board.
I mean, like, if he doesn't go here, he could fall probably at least like 5 or 6 more picks at least.
Maybe.
I mean, unless, barring a trade scenario.
Sure, I could see it. All right. Ashton Jets. I'm so glad the Saints didn't take him. I was so afraid that they would.
The draft is so long for no reason. That's not true, Jeff. The draft is not so long for no reason. The draft is so long because they can put a bunch of commercials on and make a shit ton of money because we're all suckers who will watch it. That's why the NFL draft is so long.
This thing's gonna end at like 10:30. So.
Also, the Browns did pay Watson so much money, and I don't know if that's the smart person thing to do. No, it's not the smart person thing to do, Jeff. That's what I'm saying. I'm used to the Browns making really stupid decisions, but every once in a while they do something that's smart. Every once in a while they hire Kevin Stefanski to be their head coach. Every once in a while they draft Mason Graham with the first-round pick. The nice thing that I can always take peace in is they fuck everything else up, and it doesn't really matter. What are you clapping about?
I'm just excited that the Saints are about to be on the clock in a couple picks.
I see. Are you excited for them to take Jalen Milroe?
I swear to God, if you say that one more time, I'm shoving this whistle so far into this camera.
What would you do if they did, though?
Get up, the chair. You see the chair right here?
Yeah.
It's gonna go on the floor. I'm gonna get a pillow and probably scream and then smash it. I will do some bad stuff. I literally threatened to commit a felony the other night.
Felony.
Like, I do not want Jalen Milroe. I would rather them take a goddamn kicker than Jalen Milroe. I swear to God, they take a kicker now. If they actually do that, you know what? This is gonna make me feel better. I want the Saints to hire Dennis Allen just to fire him again.
What about the other guy?
What other guy? There's a bunch of other guys.
That offensive coordinator, Pete Carmichael.
Pete Carmichael, bruh, he's so bad that I don't even want to even try to fire him no more. That was just a pain just to get rid of him. Honestly, I still hate Dennis Allen more than Pete Carmichael, but bro, Pete Carmichael is garbage. Like that boy, I'm pretty sure he got his. I'm pretty sure Raccoon could have ran better plays than that guy did. That man's entire playbook: deep to Shaheed, run to Kamara. That man caught 5 screen passes in 1 year. When you have Alvin Kamara, one of the best screen running backs of all time. Nope. Let's do 5 screens a year.
He did a good job of coaching Drew Brees.
No, he didn't. He didn't even coach Drew Brees.
Oh yeah, he was there right before Drew Brees. Never mind. Well, he did a good job of coaching that other guy whose name I forget.
No, because like he was here when we had Drew Brees, but he wasn't play calling. It was Sean Payton that was doing the play calling.
Yeah, I was talking about as a quarterback's coach. Who was the quarterback before Drew Brees?
The quarterback before Drew Brees was Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name for some reason.
Yeah, we had Aaron Brooks, Drew Brees, then we had Jameis Winston, then Andy Dalton, then we also during that time frame we had Ian Book, we had Trevor Siemian, one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. We had
who couldn't even make our team.
Man, it's weird. Trevor Siemian, when he beat Tom Brady, I actually thought we were going to go on a run that year. Like that year, Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if the Saints would have made the playoffs that year, I feel like Sean Payton would have stuck around.
I feel like Sean
Actually,
Payton kind of like I feel like Sean Payton was keeping you guys stagnant.
no. I forgot this is the bad whistle.
Okay.
Whatever. 7th pick is in for the New York Jets. What stupid decision are they going to do now?
Wait. So okay, hold on a minute. You're saying Tyler Warren gets taken by the Seahawks, right?
No, I said Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, Shedeur Sanders. Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know why I thought you said him. Who the Jets taking? We forgot to pick.
I'm gonna say they're taking Membu. I didn't take Membu here.
I
didn't go about Membu.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna count that one against me because I forgot to pick.
Well, too bad you still don't get one right.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'm already behind you by one. Now I'm behind by 1.5.
No, now you're behind by 2. You're behind by 2 now.
1.5.
No, still 2.
How do you spell Armand Membu?
ARMANDMEMBOU.
Okay.
There's the Panthers on the clock, and then it's gonna be Saints' turn. I have the Panthers taking Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, I agree with that. Shamar Stewart. I think I've had the Panthers taking Shamar Stewart for basically almost every draft I've done. I can't remember if we had it in the draft that we did earlier, but
yeah, well, the pick is already in for Carolina, so that means the Saints are already on the clock.
God, I don't even have time to. Well, here I'll briefly put the Jets up because I didn't actually switch it to the Jets yet. So we'll briefly have the Jets here and give them roughly about 10 seconds of airtime, and then I'm going to switch to the Panthers.
All right. The Saints are on the clock whenever the Panthers pick gets announced. I'm actually happy, I think.
Okay, so we're both saying Shamar Stewart.
Yeah. But even if they don't take Shamar Stewart, just remember, 5-3.
What does it matter? If we're both picking the same guy, then it wouldn't really matter if you're right or wrong here.
Yeah. Come on, Saints. Just don't mess this up. But we gotta wait for Carolina. I swear, if Carolina does the Carolina thing, don't do the Carolina thing, Panthers. Don't do it.
What's that? Take a guy that you want?
Yes. Right before us. One pick before us.
So
they already did that before.
Who do you want, Mikey?
Will Johnson.
Wouldn't that be funny?
If they take
I can't
Will Johnson,
imagine that the Panthers would take Will Johnson here. That would be crazy if that happened.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you shut up, please? Sure. I don't care. Will Johnson. In fact, I'll show. Well, I can't show you, but my draft board right here.
They took McMillan.
These are the guys I would not mind taking.
They're taking
Will
McMillan.
Johnson.
McMillan. They took McMillan.
Is that already announced?
That's what PFF says.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, apparently.
So don't worry, Mikey. Will Johnson's available, so you can be even more pissed off when they take Jalen Milroe.
That's funny though. I had the Saints taking McMillan. I'm sorry. What you say? Bro, why are you so obsessed with us taking Jalen Milroe?
Because it's really funny. Do what?
What?
Because it's really funny.
What'd you say?
It's really funny.
Okay. Bro. No, it won't be. And if we take Milroe, someone's got to go tonight. And I'm not just talking about Game 5.
How do you pronounce his name? Is it Tetairoa? Teteria?
It's Tetaroa.
Tetaroa?
Tetaroa.
Tetaroa.
But the Saints are now on the clock.
All right.
Honestly, the Saints, the only way I could see this being a bad pick is if it's Jalen Milroe, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I've been saying Mike Green this whole time. I'm gonna keep saying Mike Green.
Well, I had the Saints taking McMillan, but if if he gets taken by Carolina, then I guess it's off the board. But now I want Will Johnson. He's the guy I want the Saints to take. I won't be mad if they get Shador. Who do I think they're going to take? I think they're going to take Tyler Warren. I do.
That wouldn't be terrible. I mean, I don't know who's gonna throw him the ball, but
just not Shador Sanders.
maybe Spencer Rattler could throw him the ball really fast, and then teams just won't be able to keep up with that.
Yeah. We're without Ryan Ramczyk. Ironically, Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk retired the same offseason. New Orleans lost 2 offensive line icons in the same offseason due to retirement. All right. Come on, just announce the pick already so we can move on to better things in life.
Yeah, like Oblivion.
What's that?
Do you are you into video games?
I do Madden, and that's about it.
Okay, yeah. So, you've heard of Skyrim, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, so the game that came before Skyrim was called Oblivion, and it was big when I was a kid. It was my favorite game of all time when I was a kid, and they just remastered it and released it. So it's like all I've been playing lately.
That's nice. No, Jeff, it wouldn't.
What did Jeff say?
Probably would. Really
that's what I was thinking, Jeff. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like that, we'd get so many views.
No.
We get so many views.
Why am I getting double teamed right now?
You're not getting double teamed. We're speculating that it would be good for the channel. It'd be good for your channel too, because I funnel people back to your channel.
Yeah.
And then also it would be really funny.
I guarantee you, if the Saints take Jalen Milrow.
All right, so Roger Goodell is coming out to announce the pick that I already announced.
Terrible. By the way, if you know the pick somehow before I do, don't you dare say it.
I won't.
Don't even smile, because if you smile, I know something bad happened.
What if I just start bursting out laughing? Will you know what happened?
Yes! I don't care if you have to shut off your camera.
Once again, you're ahead of me. The only reason that I found out about this pick is because I refreshed on PFF. But I'm not doing that for every
Don't
pick.
You dare refresh. Don't you dare refresh.
YouTube Shorts would love that, Jeff.
No, they wouldn't. Well, they probably would.
Yes, they would. Objectively, they would.
All right, the Saints on the clock. Wow! Come on, baby. Bring home that Will Johnson. Bring home that Shador Sanders. I don't care. Tyler Warren. I don't care. Just don't make no out.
Okay. In seriousness, Mikey, I don't think there's any chance they're going to take Jalen Milrow. Not at 9. With the 29th pick. Not the 9th overall.
Should we bring up the time to get Marcus Davenport with the 13th pick or whatever it was?
I didn't pay attention to that selection at all that year.
Well, the pick is in, so they already made their pick.
Okay.
Oh God, bro, my heart is beating.
All right, so let me go ahead and start typing up Jalen Milrow.
Oh my God! Calm down, Mikey. Is that real?
It's not real. It's definitely real.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the pick up here.
Honestly, I kind of want Shador. Either him or Will Johnson. Will Johnson or Shador. Shador or Will. Will or Shador. Don't screw me again.
I think it's gonna be Mike Green.
I won't be mad at Mike Green. I won't be mad at Jalen Walker. I won't be mad at Tyler Warren. I won't be mad at Matthew Golden. Just take somebody that is good at football.
DJ Ongolele.
No.
Well, Mikey, I already told everybody who the Saints are picking on the screen.
Get that off the screen right now. What is your obsession
Well,
with Jalen? No.
You're more obsessed with him than I am.
No, I'm not. I just say I don't want him every single time I say.
Yeah, you're really emphatic about it. Like I don't think I think Jalen Milroe's overrated, but you were really down on Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, he sucks. Please, either Shador or Will Johnson. I don't care which one at this point. Shador or Will. Will or Shador? Shador or Will? Will or Shador? Shador or Will? Will, Shador. Will we take Shador? Or
No.
will we take Will? They already. Oh, no. I thought that was announcing the pick. Nope. It was just Bleacher Report sending out a picture of Ashton Jeanty in a Raiders jersey.
It was going to be Colston Loveland was going to be the pick.
I wouldn't be mad at that, but in the first 10 picks, that would kind of be
Also,
insane.
why the fuck would you take him over Tyler Warren?
Shut up.
No, that was a
What's
question.
the pick, damn it?
Tyler Booker.
What is a pick? The pick has been in for 5 minutes.
Peyton Turner.
Stop making me wait. What?
Peyton Turner.
He's not even in this draft.
The 2025 equivalent of Peyton Turner.
No. Okay, so for Kyle, no. And Jeff says Tuscaloosa is close to New Orleans, so
It would be a very nice drive for him. It'd be very thoughtful, Mikey.
no. I don't care if it's in round 1, round 2, round 7, round 100. I don't want to take Jalen Milroe in any round.
I mean, I don't know. If you got Jalen Milroe in round 7, I think that would be probably a good thing. It doesn't mean he's going to start for you.
Shut up. Shut up. Please. Please, God. Please. Saints have not drafted a quarterback in the first round since 1971.
Like, if the Bengals took an Ohio State quarterback in the 7th round, I'd probably be pretty happy with that, regardless of how I feel about the guy.
Please. That has nothing to do with him being in Bama. Oh, God.
I know. What I'm saying is if you get him in the 7th round, like...
Shoot. Please. Please.
All right.
Don't screw it, Saints.
So with the number
Don't
9
mess it
pick, the New Orleans Saints select Mickey Loomis.
Shut up. No! Please, I can't wait no more. I've been waiting since January.
Well, they're going to make you wait some more, apparently.
No! Okay, he's coming out. Please.
All right.
The love of Roger. Love of Goodell.
I'm guessing that was bad. Kelvin Banks. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with Kelvin Banks? All right, bye. I honestly don't quite understand Mikey's reaction here, y'all.
Okay. Kelvin Banks.
No, not a bad pick. It's not who you wanted, but it's not a bad pick.
I'm not mad at the pick. I'm more upset that Shador.
I mean, what if Shadur's bad, though?
The Saints have drafted an offensive lineman in the first round 3 out of the last 4 years.
Like, you know what's crazy to me? As far as Shadur goes, like, there is a massive discrepancy between where, like, PFF has him ranked on their big board and where his average draft position on PFF is 15, but he's ranked like 45. So I wonder if Shadur Sanders is actually as good as his name makes him sound like he is.
Like, Kelvin Banks ain't a bad player, but it's like.
Did y'all even need a tackle, though?
No.
Yeah, it is.
So
It
we
is a
have-
weird pick, to be fair.
Like we have Fuad and we have Penning. Like we didn't really need to take a tackle. I know we lost Ryan Ramczyk to retirement, but we have Trevor Penning, who wasn't that bad last year, man. And we could have got a tackle in the second round. I don't understand this. What the hell?
Well, the
God,
Saints.
Mickey Williams.
If it makes you feel better, you made my dad sad.
I did what?
You made my dad sad.
Why? Why are you sad about?
He wanted Kelvin Banks.
Mickey Loomis, bro. Why do you still have to general manage this team, bro? Kelvin Banks, look, he's not a bad player. I like Kelvin Banks. I don't like the fact that we took him when Will Johnson and Shadar Sanders are right there. Man, fuck. Damn. Who's even on the clock right now? Chicago Bears.
Is Colleen Wolfe cosplaying as Dolly Parton? What the fuck, dude?
We do not care. Anyways, Bears.
Oh yeah, we gotta predict who the Bears are taking.
I had the Bears going Kelvin Banks.
I forget who I had the Bears taking.
I had Bears going Kelvin Banks. But obviously that's not a thing no more since the Saints are so stupid.
I mean, like, Malachi Starks would make the most sense for them here. Walter Nolan, that's who I think they're going to take.
Jalen Walker.
Okay.
Damn it, man. So the schedule releases May 14th. Okay. Good for them.
Every game revealed. I guess I'm going to have to stream that too.
Oh, yes.
It'll be. Do you want to make that like a podcast? It doesn't have to. Ideally, we would do it May 14th, but it basically be like, like once the schedule comes out, we'll do like a short prediction of like, I think this team's gonna have this record type of thing.
All right.
I know you're upset, but like, I mean, he's a good player.
I understand that, but like the value matters. Like I understand you couldn't get Kelvin Banks in the second round, but you didn't need Kelvin Banks. Damn, Loomis, you are the stupidest person I've ever met.
What? You said Ryan Ramczyk retired, right?
Yes, but A, he wasn't even playing last season to begin with. B, we have Trevor Penning.
Yeah, but you need 2 tackles.
We have Talise Fuaga.
But he's more of a guard, though.
He played tackle all last season.
Well, yeah, but he probably should push in the guard at some point.
I don't care, bro. Like Will Johnson and Shador were right there.
All right.
Who do the Bears take? I totally forgot who I even had them take. They were Iron Steve McMichael.
I said Walter Nolan. I forget who you said.
Bro, let me see. I think I had them. I had them going Jalen Walker.
That's right. You did say Jalen Walker.
Fun fact, guess who I had the Bears taking before Jalen Walker?
Is it Kelvin Banks?
Kelvin Banks. We could have traded down if that was the case. God, Mickey Loomis confuses me with everything. Kelvin Banks. And like I said, I'm not mad at the pick of Kelvin Banks. I'm not mad at that we got Kelvin Banks. I'm mad at who was available. Like,
for what it's worth, I've done that plenty of times where I've been like, okay, the guy you took, whatever, but like this guy I wanted was available, and we ended up getting like some of the best players in Bengals history that way. Like, did I ever tell you how badly I wanted the Bengals to draft Blaine Gabbert, and I was pissed that they got AJ Green?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. Now, granted, Blaine Gabbert had already been picked by that point, but I wanted them to trade up to go get Blaine Gabbert.
Are you kidding me?
Colston Loveland, huh? So
Did Tyler Warren die last night?
I was just talking about that earlier. It's crazy to me.
Somebody check on Tyler Warren and make sure he's still alive. Because why are you taking Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren?
I completely agree.
Tyler Warren. Bro, I want to find Mickey Loomis home. 49ers 11th pick. I have them going Jalen Walker now. And the pick is already in. Bro, man, my mood completely shifted now. Like, what the heck, man? It's not Milrow, but it's not Will Johnson. Or Shador Sanders.
Man, almost kind of wish that they would have taken Jalen Milrow because then at least you'd be funny mad.
No. If we take Milrow in the second round, let's just say someone's going to have to go. And I'm not just talking about getting fired.
And take somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
Click, click, boom, just a song. When I hit the room, you can hear him holler, goon squad in this bitch.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Kevin. Whatever, bro. 49ers, 11 pick, Jalen Walker. I think. Who do you have them taking?
I've I guess I'll say Walter Nolan again. I don't know. It makes sense here too.
Okay. I find it odd that every Saints first round pick I think I've been right on for the most part.
Well, you weren't right on that one.
No, I'm talking about like how everybody's turned out.
Oh, so how do you think Kelvin Banks is going to turn out?
I mean, he'll be fine, but nothing spectacular. Like, why do we keep taking linemen in the first round? Clearly, it's not working, Mickey.
Well,
And the 49ers took Michael Williams.
Michael Williams, really? Over like Jihad Campbell?
Yep. I'll make the rules.
Okay. I mean, look, dude, I'm not an NFL scout. Obviously, I don't like have that level of like, training in NFL players. But I don't know. Like, I just if you're gonna take a linebacker in the first round, I feel like Campbell's the guy. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Michael Williams is more the end.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like a Micah Parsons type. I mean, it could turn out great. Don't get me wrong. Guys who get taken in the 5th and 6th round turn out amazing all the time. I just, not safety. What am I doing?
Yeah. I had Williams going to Dallas. So.
I had them taking Genty, so you know. So now who do they take? Fuck. I mean, well, since y'all didn't take Mike Green, I guess Mike Green makes sense for the Cowboys. Kind of feels like a Cowboy anyway.
Why did the Panthers not take Kelvin Banks?
I think I feel like I almost originally in my mock I did today. I think I had them taking Kelvin Banks then.
Who?
Panthers.
The Panthers love taking the player that the Saints always want, but they took the wrong guy. Took the wrong guy.
I don't know how I feel about McMillan, to be honest with you. He's a really really solid like T Higgins type, and I like that. But I don't know. I feel like he's basically just a better version of what's his name, the LSU guy who's over there.
That's nice.
What's his name?
Who? Will Johnson? Will
No.
Campbell.
No. The wide receiver.
Oh, they're trying to say Kyron Lacey, the guy that died.
No. The wide receiver who plays for the Panthers, who used to play for LSU.
Oh, Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, Terrace Marshall. I feel like Tatora McMillan is basically just a better version of him. So, I mean, and that's cool, but like I feel you'd want to have more diverse wide receiver room.
Every time they show Shador Sanders, I get more and more pissed off.
You know what? They could take Shador. Like this could be this could be Shador.
What, the 49ers?
Yeah. Like crazily enough, but I mean it'd be a crazy move, but I could see it happening.
Yeah. How dare I think the Saints not piss me off today? Of course they're going to piss me off.
Be really funny. Cincinnati picks an offensive player. They're not going to take an offensive player, Jeff.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because they're kind of going the opposite. Like if you read into what the Bengals strategy is, and this isn't an optimistic thing, this is an analysis thing. If you read into the Bengals strategy right now, they've been spending money on defense and drafting offense for a while. This year they spent money on offense, so that makes me think they're going to draft defense.
That's nice.
It's just kind of what the Bengals like. That's my analysis of that. So, all right, who are the 49ers taking?
If you know anything about the Saints, they always try to think that they're smart by taking the underrated guys instead of taking the best guys available. Bro, I'm getting no sleep tonight.
Oh, no, not the 49ers, the Cowboys. On my screen, the 49ers still haven't actually picked, but we both know it's Michael Williams. So.
Definitely. Totally Michael Williams. Because the 49ers know how to treat their fan bases.
Cowboys, I think, are taking Mike Green. Or at least that's my guess right now.
I was going with Michael Williams, but obviously that's not a possibility. So now, I guess I have them going. Who's even on the board at this point? How the heck is Tyler Warren still here?
I don't know. Maybe he falls to 17. That'd be pretty cool. Now, I mean, I say that, but like honestly, if the Bengals took Tyler Warren, I'd be kind of annoyed because like you can't play all these tight ends that you have on the damn team, and you desperately need defense. So maybe I wouldn't be too happy
think Dallas is going Ja'Day Barron.
No.
Too bad.
I want him.
Too bad. I wanted Shador Will Johnson, and you saw how I'm turning out.
Well, the difference is both of those guys were available when you picked.
I know. Bruh, Gail Benson, why do you have this man employed? Damn.
Maybe Gail Benson is the one who made the pick. Did you ever think of that?
Do you not know who Gail Benson is?
Yeah, the owner. I get it, but that's not my point.
That is the point. Gail Benson never does anything when it comes to the draft.
But she could. She could, like, get a hair up her ass, and it's her team. She can do what she wants.
Why would she take Calvin Banks?
I don't know. Because she, owes him money.
I don't care what it does for her bank account.
Well, she does, though, and she owns the team.
Not for today.
Okay. For legal reasons, I'm going to go ahead and say that was a joke.
You tell that to yourself.
Okay.
The Titans signed Tyler Lockett today, so
It's not a bad move. I mean,
he's
I don't
gonna
really
die
care
there.
what the Titans do right now. The Titans, like, the Titans are so completely off my radar. Like, I don't give a shit about Cam Ward. I'm sure he'll be fine. But I also really don't think, like, Cam Ward's going to be. Like, I feel like Cam Ward's going to be, like, an average NFL quarterback. And that's all he's ever going to be. And the Titans, and being on the Titans, he's going to be like an Andy Dalton situation. He's going to be an above average quarterback on a team that just can't get its shit together. Not that it wasn't often Andy Dalton's fault, don't get me wrong. But there were plenty of times when Andy Dalton was playing well and the Bengals played like absolute dog shit around him. See Fontes perfect. Now, and also that game was obviously Andy Dalton wasn't in that game, but it's just an example.
Well, let's see. Who did they take? Watch it. Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker.
That's what the TV says.
What? Okay, well, there's your big surprise of the draft so far. What the fuck, Tyler Booker? God, I thought the Bengals were going to have a chance at him in the second round. At one point, I thought the Bengals were going to have a chance at him in the third round. Tyler Booker, really? What on
This man really just did the goody.
I'm sure he did. He got drafted in the first round. Like, duh. I would too.
Yeah. I thought Booker was going to go at the end of the first round at 25 to Houston.
I thought in like the craziest possible scenario that somebody would take a chance on him in the back of the first round, but not in any realistic scenario. Are you like I'm very surprised by that. Not
Well, the Miami Dolphins hold the 13th pick and they are taking Jadae Barron.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. No, they're not. The Dolphins are taking somebody else.
Neither can you.
Look. The Bengals aren't going to take him anyway, so don't worry about it. They're probably going to take Jihad Campbell.
They're probably going to take Jalen Murrow.
They're not going to take Jalen Murrow. They have Joe Burrow. What?
Okay, they can still trade Joe Burrow for a 6th-round pick.
All right, you're just mad at me now.
I'm mad at the
world. Jeff says banks are like leaves, so that's why the Saints picked them.
I don't get that joke one bit.
Is he saying Levis? Is he spelling Levis badly? Or
banks
levies?
are like leaves.
Banks are like levies. So like because of Katrina.
Okay, that's not funny.
Okay.
Not even a little bit. Like that's actually kind of personal, but okay. Bro, I hate Katrina jokes more than I hate the fail cons. Bro, Tyler Booker to Dallas. You gotta remember, the Cowboys are stupid.
They are stupid. So, but they're, they're This reminds me of when what's his name went in the first round to like the Titans. What was that guy like a few years ago got
JT
drafted?
Latham?
No, not
Wilson?
not like first overall, huh? Isaiah Wilson, yeah.
Isaiah Wilson?
Isaiah, it kind of reminds me of when Isaiah Wilson got picked in the first round by the Titans, which is like back then I thought Isaiah Wilson was going to turn out pretty good. It just felt like it was kind of high to take him. And that's kind of how I feel about Tyler Booker. Like, this is a little early for Tyler Booker, y'all.
Isaiah Wilson played one game.
Like, this feels like what the essential. I mean, yes, is he the best interior offensive lineman left on the board? Yeah, he is. But that's not really. That doesn't mean that like you take him that high. Like they're clearly the Cowboys are drafting for need right now. That's what they're doing, and that's almost always the wrong thing to do. You know, his dad's on the screen crying there, and yeah, I'm happy for him, but like this is not a good move by the Cowboys at all.
We'll see. Dolphins are still. Oh, I thought it said the Saints had the 14th pick for a second. I was about to be like, what did they just do? But no, that's the Colts. I saw the N,
So,
and then I saw the D, but the D looked like an O. So.
what would you do if the Saints traded up and got Will Johnson?
I don't know. It depends on what we trade.
Oh.
Right, if we have to trade a first-round pick next year just to get Will Johnson, yeah, I would love the Will Johnson pick, but then we have no first-round pick next year, and we're probably going to be bad. The only way I'll forgive the Saints if we get rid of a first-round pick is if we are in the playoffs next year. Which pick is in for Miami. I think the Saints have a good roster and they can make the playoffs. It's just that the past couple of years we've had bad coaching, bad quarterback play.
I would say you have to have a quarterback to make the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. I think Spencer Rattler could lead us to the playoffs.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I'm not saying like nobody could take the Saints to the playoffs. I just don't think Spencer Rattler's that good.
He was balling last year.
He was doing good here and there, but like I didn't see anything that really made me think, "Oh yeah, this is the guy."
Dolphins are going to take Jahdae Barron.
Well, my stream just froze, so
That's nice. So that gives the Dolphins more time to take Jahdae Barron.
okay. So for what it's worth, like I would like Jahdae Barron, but like I don't feel the way about him that you feel about like Will Johnson. So
Yeah, well, do you think that
I don't really have
you
a
think
pet
Tre'Davious
guy this
White-
year.
Do you think Tre'Davious White going back to Buffalo is anything?
It could be. He was really good in Buffalo last time he was there, so maybe he gets back to that level.
Yeah. Dang it, bro. We could be at pick 55 in the draft, and I would still be shouting Will Johnson's name.
Well, yeah, if he's available at pick 55, then yeah, of course.
No, I'm not saying that if he's available. I'm saying like I would still be upset at the Saints, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like no amount of second round, bro. The Saints could have every second round pick the entire draft, and I still won't forgive them.
So the Dolphins are going to take Luther Burden III.
What?
Yep, that's who I think they're going to take.
That,
Luther Burden III.
the wide receiver from Missouri.
Yeah, why not? He's the best one available.
Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, can you imagine that room? Especially because, like, who knows how much longer Tyreek Hill is even going to be, like, useful for the Dolphins.
I'll be back. I'll go. I need to go get a drink, bro.
Actually, no, genuinely, it feels like probably they'll take Will Johnson. They could also take Matthew Golden. That wouldn't be, like, a bad... That'd be a bit of a reach, but not that badly, so... I don't know. I don't know, and yeah, okay. No, they wouldn't. I don't know. For some reason, I'm really getting wide receiver vibes from the Dolphins this year. And it's probably because of all the drama surrounding Tyreek Hill, but still. Just, like, get ahead of it, you know? All right, so the Dolphins pick is in. Looks like Roger Goodell's coming out to the stage. And we're going to see who they take. Got 4 more picks till the Bengals, which would be nice. We'll get to see who the Bengals actually take. The way Walter Nolan's fallen, I wouldn't be upset if we got him, to be honest with you. Kenneth Grant. Interesting. Kenneth Grant. The Dolphins are taking Kenneth Grant. That's and that's fine. Like maybe a bit of a reach, but it's not too bad. That's not that's I definitely fuck with that pick. I can see him being a good fit with the Dolphins. All right, let me get these graphics updated here. While Mikey is slowly trudging his way back in.
Who was it?
It was Kenneth Grant.
I didn't have him going in the first round.
I did, but not this early.
I thought he was going to be like a second or third round pick. I didn't have him going in the first.
Well, that's how I felt about Tyler Booker, but here we are.
Colts pick is in. I had them trading down with Denver.
No. Oh wait, no, never mind. Denver. That's fine. Denver's fine. Never mind. Ignore me.
What did you thought I said?
No, it's in my head, I got Denver mixed up with Tampa.
Why would that matter?
I could see them taking Barron.
Okay, well, no, I had the Broncos trading up for what's his name, for Ashton Genty, but
that wouldn't have been a
the
terrible
Colts
move.
trading down. What?
That wouldn't have been a terrible move. But obviously not going to happen now.
Well, now if I have to pick, I had the Colts trading down and getting Colston Loveland, but since the Bears are on crack, all the crack, every single part of the crack, Colts are going to take Tyler Warren.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you know what? You're right. I agree. I think they're going to take Tyler Warren here.
They need a tight end. The Bears are on crack. Why not?
I don't agree with the Bears being on crack, but okay.
On all the crack. Tyler Warren is obviously the best player available right now, so you might as well take. I hate everything. All right, Colts taking Tyler Warren. I think.
Almost.
Yeah, Tyler Warren. Oh,
thought so.
So what? That's 6 for me.
Might be. I know you're still only a pick and a half ahead of me though.
I got Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. I got Membu. Correct. Who did Cleveland take? I got Mason Graham. They took Mason Graham. I got another one, I think, or maybe that was it. I don't know. Well, then I had Tyler Warren. So yeah, that's 6.
Yep.
Atlanta failed. What you said?
I guess that must mean my tally is 4 because one of them I forgot to pick, but I know I'm a pick and a half behind you.
You got Cam Ward, Carter, Johnson. What's his name? Will Campbell. That's 3, and I don't know. You keep track of your own points.
Yeah, let's see. I got Cam Ward, Abdul Carter. I fucked up on Travis Hunter. I should have got Travis Hunter, but oh well. Cam Ward, Will Campbell. I think I got McMillan.
Did you? I thought you announced the pick, but I don't even think you picked for Carolina.
No, I definitely picked for Carolina.
Okay. Well, if you did, you did.
I don't remember. I haven't really been keeping track of who I've gotten right and wrong. I've been more keeping track of where I am in relation to you.
Yeah. Well, the Falcons have the 15th pick, and they will be taking Jackson Dart.
Did I get Member right?
Mm-mm.
You think the Falcons will be taking Jackson Dart, huh? Do you actually think that, or are you just fucking around?
I'm playing.
Okay.
unless.
Well, I mean, they could
But,
though. Like, I mean, yeah, there's been talk about that.
in realness, though, I got them going. I got them. Boy, originally I had them trading down with the Bucks, and I had the Bucks taking Will Johnson, but I had them taking Mike Green either way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. At this point, I would agree with Mike Green because that's who I was thinking they could take if the Saints don't take him, and the Saints didn't take him. So
Don't remind me.
you didn't want Mike Green.
I would have preferred him. I would have took him over Kelvin Banks though. Like Kelvin Banks, where was he on my board? Let me see. I had Kelvin Banks. I think he was. I had him 4th on my board. I'm 4th on my board.
Jerry Jones
would've
took him
took
from his
him.
yacht this year. Might be.
I would have took him if Will Johnson was not available.
Okay, well, it's looking like, as far as I can tell, if the Falcons don't take Jihad Campbell here, he's probably going to be available for the Bengals, which means the Bengals will probably
Bro,
take
ain't
him.
nobody trading up this year. That's ironic. We had like one trade up, and that was it.
Yep. Well, it's because this draft class isn't all that interesting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and we took Kelvin Banks for some odd.
Oh
reason.
shit, Will Johnson is available. Ooh, what if we get him?
No.
Ooh, but then again, I don't know. It feels like the Cardinals would take him if he's available there.
No, I swear, if you get the guy I wanted, I'm going to be so
Dude,
jealous.
I'd be so happy. I like Will Johnson's been like a pipe dream for me. Like I didn't think he'd make it to the Bengals, which is why I haven't been talking about him. But like he'd be my ideal guy. And the Bengals,
Dude.
that would be who the Bengals would want too, because they need to replace what's his name? They need to replace Mike Hilton, and Dax Hill is like their solution this year. But I think they've already given up on Dax Hill. So if Will Johnson makes it to the Bengals, then the Bengals will take him. I think actually.
Well, good news. If Atlanta does not take Barron or Will Johnson, then no matter who the Cardinals pick, you're going to have a choice between Will Johnson or Jahdae Barron.
Well,
if
yeah.
they take one of them.
I don't think though. Like, okay, so there's 3 more picks. So one of Jahdae Barron or Jihad Campbell or Will Johnson will be available, or some combination of the 3. And if that's the case, if all 3 are available, I think the Bengals would consider Will Johnson. They might take him. But if it's between Jihad Campbell and Jahdae Barron, the Bengals will almost certainly take Jihad Campbell. I'm willing to bet money on that. But they might take Mike Green, to be honest. You know who like with Malachi Stark still available, I'd be down for him too, dude.
That's who I have y'all taking.
Like we've got the pick of a lure right now, honestly, and with 2 picks before us, but still we've got a really nice board shaping up for the Bengals. I'm kind of excited.
I'm depressed.
I'm sorry. If it makes you feel better, the Bengals are probably going to do something that I hate, like taking like Shamar Stewart or something like that.
Jalen Milroe, got it.
They're not going to do that. Like that's not even that's like I was joking about the Saints taking him at 9, but like the possibility that they could do something like that is at least on the radar of a world that like has some level of possibility of existence. There's no planet in the multiverse where the Bengals would take Jalen Milroe.
The only good part, if the Saints was to take Milroe, is that my YouTube channel would do amazing.
So you're coming around to see what me and Jeff were talking about then.
That would be like the only good part.
There you go.
Jalen Milroe.
I mean, some of the best, some of the best like content, or at least most watched content on my channel over the years has been when the Bengals broke my heart like into a million pieces.
Kelvin Banks, though,
he's a good player, dude.
He is a good player, and I've said that. But like, Will Johnson, Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I think Will Johnson's going to be really good in the NFL. So
I know. The pig is in for the Falcons, by the way. I hope they choke this like they choked their 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. Dang it, man.
notable quarterback slides. Boomer Esiason was Mel Gibson had him ranked number 3. Damn. I mean, I remember he slid to the Bengals, but like, I didn't realize he was rated that highly. Which is funny because I think the Bengals would have passed up on him twice that year.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna try to be optimistic. Okay, I could see a world where this could work out with Kelvin Banks.
Well, again, like I said, like you're gonna have really good protection. Like you're gonna have a really good offensive line if you can utilize all 3 of those guys you got, which you totally can because like Fuanga could easily push into the inside.
Yeah.
I don't know about Kelvin Banks, but you only need one of those guys to push in.
Yeah.
And then with
Cesar Ruiz,
with yeah, well, yeah, but you had Ryan Ramczyk retire, so I mean that's probably part of what they're thinking. Like they were probably thinking they were going to be getting him back, and now it's like they kind of gotta pivot.
Yeah.
All right, the Falcons pick is in, and Roger Goodell is up on the stage.
Took Jalon Walker.
And then Javon Walker. Okay. Okay. So the linebacker out of Georgia. All right. Well, that means Mike Green's going to be available for the Bengals, so I don't know. But then again, the Cardinals could take him. That is going to... So the Bengals are really going to have a really, really nice choice here then. Like, no matter what the Cardinals do here, the Bengals will have a really good choice between 3 players who I think would be really good fits. And then also Mike Green, who, like, could be good, but also it just kind of feels like he's the type of guy who would definitely burn out on the Bengals because, like, that's just our luck. So I would really rather not get Mike Green because I'm not feeling his character history, particularly with the modern Bengals.
Yeah. However, I think Arizona. I think they're taking Matthew Golden here.
Matthew Golden?
Yeah.
With Luther Burden right there?
He's better than Burton.
I don't know about that.
Like, I don't have Burton going till. Let me see real quick. I think I have Burton going. Wait, I don't even think I have him going in the first round.
Well,
yeah, I don't even have him going in the first round.
I think Luther Burden's really good, man. But he's also like a slot receiver. Do the Falcons need a slot receiver?
The Cardinals.
Oh yeah, do the Cardinals need a slot receiver?
Yeah, they.
Okay, well then
they only have Marvin Harrison.
Well then I feel like Luther Burden would be the move here if they're going to take a wide receiver.
Look, I like Matthew Golden. I think Matthew Golden's the best receiver in this entire draft class.
Well, that doesn't mean the Cardinals think that.
I think he's up there with Ted McMillan.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the Cardinals feel that way.
Well, also, we didn't feel the same about Kevin Banks. Here we go.
Yeah. Dude, I need to I swear I tried to put WD-40 on this chair and it's still squeaking like a motherfucker.
What's a JD-40?
WD-40. It's a greaser.
I don't have any. We'll have those cups. But... I'll be right back.
All right.
Theo, stop being a scaredy cat. No, you're a cat. You don't have to be scared.
All
Theo,
right,
why are
then.
you running?
Scaredy cat. I'm a scaredy cardinal. All right. So, yeah, who are the Cardinals taking? Because that will really that'll set up the Bengals board really interestingly. So if I had a Mikey said he thinks they're gonna take the guy from Texas, Matthew Golden. He thinks they're gonna take Matthew Golden. Um, I feel like Luther Burden would make more sense for them, but I don't even think they're going wide receiver here. To be honest with you, I think the Cardinals. Be honest with you, like probably Barron or Will Johnson makes sense here. But maybe not. Maybe they could take Mike Green or Walter Nolan. I don't know. I mean, any of them would be good fits. Like I said, my biggest issue with Mike Green is the character concerns, and it doesn't mean that he won't be good in the NFL. It just means I think he needs to go to the right situation, and I don't know if we're the right situation, especially with some of the issues we've been having lately with guys who just don't have the best character concerns, kind of flaming out. See
What was you saying about Theo?
Jermaine Burton, see Jackson Carman. I don't really want to take a big swing on a guy with character concerns right now. So, a lot of people have been saying Mike Green, but oh damn! All right, well that's impressive, Mikey. Like I mean, you've been.
Matthew Golden's not been picked up, but hey, he's on the screen right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if you got that right though, I'd be really impressed. Like you've done a pretty good job so far, but that would be like a home run pick for you if they actually took Matthew Golden.
He's on the screen, and they showed Hunter on the screen. To be fair, they've also showed Shador Sanders on the screen a lot. But to be fair, that's I think because of his last name.
Well, my pick for the Cardinals here is
Yeah, they showed Golden. Now, do they pick him here? It's a question.
Walter Nolan.
That would be number 8 for me. How much you have? Have you got 4 or 5 right?
I think I said 4.5 because one of them I forgot to pick.
They took Walter Nolan.
Ha! That's one back for me. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Now I'm only
Bengals.
Now I'm only 2.5 behind you.
All right, I have the Bengals going Malachi Starks, but let's see.
Yeah. Well, let me react to this one. Like I said,
I'm already too dead to react to anything.
Okay. So we'll put the Cardinals up on the screen here for a little bit. But pretty quickly here, I'm going to switch to the Bengals.
The first round picks in 2017 when Evan Ingram was picked by the Giants.
Yeah, apparently. But then again, I mean, Ole Miss kind of fell off the map for real.
I had Walter Nolan going at the end of the first, I think. I had him going to the Commanders at 29. But okay. All right.
All right, so the Bengals, I'm guessing Jihad Campbell. That's my guess. Who do I want? Will Johnson. I would take Jahdae Barron. And I would take Malachi Starks. I would. I don't want Mike Green. I do not want Mike Green. Please, no Mike Green.
What? I thought you were raving about him earlier.
No, I said he's really good, but I've been saying this whole time that it's okay. Look, I think Mike Green could be a really good player in the NFL, but I don't think the Bengals are the right fit because we've been having a lot of problems with guys who get taken who have character concerns, who end up having all of those character concerns come to light. And my issue with Mike Green is that some of his demons are going to come out of the closet, and like if he goes to the Bengals. So I don't want to mess with him. I don't want to mess with him. I think if he were to go to like if the Saints had taken him, I thought he could have turned out a really good guy for the Saints. Most teams in the NFL, I think he could turn out pretty good for. But like the Bengals, I got this bad feeling about taking him. But I've been saying Jahdae Barron this whole time, but that's because I didn't think Will Johnson would be available. So my hope here, my prayer is Will Johnson, and I think the Bengals would consider him, but I think Jihad
You get the
Campbell's going
guy
to be the
that
pick.
I wanted.
Do what?
If you get the guy that I wanted, do you know how jealous I'm gonna be?
Oh boy.
And my team was in the top 10, and your team was almost in the 20s.
Yeah.
And yet you get the guy that I wanted. Oh no. So whatever.
All right.
At least Mason Brown.
What if we take Shadur Sanders? That'd be
Are
crazy.
you trying to piss me off?
Wait, why would that? Why would that? First of all, why would that be good for us?
Second of all, why Shador Sanders? Why could you not have said Jackson Dart? Or why could you not have said Jalen Miller?
Why on earth would I
Carlos Hyde?
say either of those guys?
Because is my answer.
Okay. Well, fuck you too. Who are the Bengals gonna take? Who are the Bengals gonna
Nobody.
take? Are they gonna piss me off? Because like I don't even think they really could piss me off. Like I don't. There's not really anybody who's like a realistic pick on the board that would really make me mad. I'm skeptical about Mike Green. I would prefer to avoid Mike Green, but if they took Mike Green, that's probably fine. Just
Well, the
you
pick
know,
is already in.
maybe Al Golden will be better than Lou Anarumo at you know, lots of things, honestly. So I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm kind of cool with whatever here. Just like I don't want a wide receiver. I don't want a quarterback. I'd prefer to not take Mike Green, but you know whoever we like. I mean, really, I mean this whole board is nice for the Bengals have a really good board here. I'd be happy with just about anybody, but my hope is for Will Johnson.
Wait, Kyle, I have a question.
Hmm?
So earlier in the show, you mentioned us about going live during the schedule release. Is that going to be like right when that happens, or gonna wait a bit?
The hope would be I don't know exactly what the schedule for that is, but like definitely if we can't go live during the release, we'd go live at some point that day, I would think.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah. I
Johnson.
know the Saints are probably going to have no Sunday night games for the third year in a row. That's a real stat, by the way.
You know, if the Bengals were to go edge, I would I think I would want James Pierce personally.
I totally forgot about him too.
I think he would be the guy I would want the Bengals to go after if they're gonna go edge. But I also don't really want them to go edge. I feel like we've invested enough in edge, and if we can't make it work at this point, then you know just stop taking edge anyway. And pay Trey Hendrickson for the love of fucking God.
Or not. You could trade him to the Saints. I think the Saints could use Trey Hendrickson.
I mean, we could trade him to the Saints. I'd rather trade him to the Saints than a lot of other teams, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
As long as you guys are willing to give up a pretty penny. But the thing is, you're going to have to give up at least a first-round pick for Trey Hendrickson because that's what the Bengals are demanding. That's why he hasn't been traded yet.
Ooh, the Knicks-Pistons game is down to the edge.
All right, come on, Bengals.
Piss Kyle off.
Will Johnson. I don't think they could piss me off. Like I said, if they take Mike, the one I would be most annoyed about would be Mike Green, and even then, like, you know, we'll see what happens.
Unless. Why is Adam Schefter on the screen?
Because he's a tool who gets a lot of airtime, and he's extremely well connected.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Schefter. I just,
And he's a tool.
everybody's a tool.
Yeah. All right, Roger.
Where's Roger Goodell?
Who are the Bengals taking?
Why is Roger Goodell just staring at something, and why is he clapping? Okay, well, here's your pick.
All right. Well, don't say anything.
I can't say anything. I
well,
do know.
Well, okay. All right, Roger. Who we taking? Who we taking, Roger? Shamar Stewart. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not my favorite pick. I mean, I guess I'd take him. I don't know.
I mean, he wasn't that good last year. So
I know that's kind of my thing. Like, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of that pick.
oh, that's good.
What did I ever do to you?
Do you want me to go over the criminal charges?
All right. Well, we got Shamar Stewart, which, like, I mean, I guess if he works out, then fine. But I don't know. Like, I almost would rather take a swing on Mike Green at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, he's fine, but God, we need to fix the secondary so badly, man. Like honestly, like I kind of still believe in Miles Murphy a little bit, and you know, even Joseph Osai to some extent. I think if you get better pass coverage, then you're going to get a better pass rush. I think the biggest issue we have is that our cornerbacks just get fucking beat so fucking badly so quickly that like it doesn't really matter who's playing on defensive line. Like they're just going to get absolutely annihilated. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Shamar Stewart, but you know what? He's a Bengal, so I guess I'm a fan of him now. He's a Cincinnati Bengal, so I'm a fan of him now. But that's not who I would have picked. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. With the Seahawks with the 18th pick, I have them going Shador Sanders.
Well, that's what you've been saying consistently. So.
All right, now, if you don't mind, I'm going to just take this moment to look at some game film from Kelvin Banks, which will hopefully make me feel better. And this is against Ohio State, so let's see that.
I just my issue with Shamar Stewart is like he's a really good run stopper. Oh, there it is. That's what they're doing. They're replacing Sam Hubbard. That's what it is. They're replacing that. That's what this is. It's a Sam Hubbard replacement. All right. I have been saying we need a Sam Hubbard replacement for a while, but I just in the first round, like, all right, you better be confident that Trey Hendrickson's coming back. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe this is his replacement.
No. Look, I'm not saying I can't live in a world where we don't have Trey Hendrickson. What I'm saying is Shamar Stewart's not a Trey Hendrickson replacement. Like he's a Sam Hubbard replacement.
Okay, that was a good play right there.
I just
okay.
Man, we need secondary help so fucking badly, man. Like our secondary is anemic.
You know what? I think I'm turning around on Kelvin Banks. Okay, I think he could be a good player.
Yeah, he's really good.
Okay. I think maybe we could put him at guard and keep Fuaga at tackle. We could do that.
That's possible. I never even really considered putting Banks at guard.
I think that's a better fit, in my opinion, because I've seen Fuaga play, and Penning struggles with athletic defensive ends. So I don't know. I would keep Fuaga at tackle and move either Penning or move Banks to guard.
Well, the thing is, you guys don't have the GOAT on your team anymore.
You're right. We don't have Drew Brees no more. Sucks.
Well, no, I'm talking about the GOAT offensive lineman.
What, Ryan Ramczyk?
No, Lucas Patrick.
He's fine. Nothing to gloss over.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm a little disappointed in that pick.
Why should I be right on Shador Sanders?
I mean, I'm not pissed off. I'm not like, reacting to this like you, but I honestly, I'm pretty disappointed in that pick. That's really underwhelming. Like you don't take a guy like Shamar Stewart in the first round. I just like what kind of impact is he really gonna make? I don't know. Seahawks, I don't fucking know. Mike Green. Or Zabel, apparently. Okay.
Offensive guard from North Dakota State.
Okay.
Funny enough, I had the Saints trading up in the draft with the Bills to get Gray Zabel. Funny enough.
I mean, he's a
My
good player.
dad was correct on the pick, though. My dad said Seattle gets Zabel. So shout out to my dad.
Well, there you go.
Bucks. I had the Bucks trading up with the Falcons to select Will Johnson because I did not think he was going to be here. But here we are. Bro, what? Did Will Johnson die overnight? Why is he still available? What, did he assault kittens last night? All right. You know what? I think I'm feeling a little bit better of the pick. I'm feeling a little bit better. He still ain't Will Johnson, but I'm feeling a little bit better.
Man,
I saw.
so are we just giving up on Miles Murphy now? Or is Miles Murphy the Trey Hendrickson replacement?
Bucks,
Yeah.
please don't take Will Johnson. Please.
He's got a Settlers of Catan thing just like on display in his house. That's pretty cool. I respect that.
Bro, if I have to root against Will Johnson, that's not going to be fun.
Well, the sad thing is it makes a lot of sense. But I think they'll take Barron here.
No, I had Barron going at 13 to Miami.
Yeah, but he didn't.
I know. But with Will Johnson here, Will Johnson's no doubtably the best corner in the draft. So.
Let's go. Well, Ryan likes the pick, but and I get it. Ryan was, saying let's get an edge player, but again, Ryan, like, I feel like if you're gonna take an edge player in the first round, you go get like an elite pass rusher, not Shamar Stewart, who's like,
so also
it's just Sam Hubbard too, is all it really is.
Well, Kyle, another question: are we streaming again tomorrow or not?
Do you want to?
I mean, I'll do it.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it or not, but I do have the day off tomorrow, so maybe I should just like do it anyway. I don't know. It depends. I'll let you know probably by like what was it? Was it start at 7 tomorrow?
Where's the remote at?
I guess it'd be for you. For you would be 6. I think.
Football moves. Football. I swear. Football. Oh, so we're complicated. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it the old boring way. All right. Yeah, it starts at 6 Central Time.
Yeah, starts at 6 for you, so that'd be 7 for me. So I'll probably be able to let you know by like noon, maybe like 1 or 2, depending on how my work day is going. Because I do have the day off. I also have like freelance stuff I have to do. So that'll depend on whether I can do the second round. Although I don't know, I kind of want to do the second round now because I'm so underwhelmed by Shamar Stewart that I kind of want to like, I remember last year we got I don't even remember who we took in the first round last year. Fuck. Who did we take in the first round last year?
Last year, what pick did you have? Oh, it was that tackle, Marius Mims.
Oh, Marius Mims. Right. I think I was a little underwhelmed by him, which, by the way, was the wrong perspective. Marius Mims is fucking amazing. But it wasn't so much that I didn't think that Marius Mims could be really good. It was the concern about his injury, and him not necessarily being able to come back from that to be the same player he was capable of, and having a lot of not having enough experience, and all of that kind of coalescing into like, oh man, we're kind of swinging for the fences on this one, which hasn't always really worked out in our favor in with this particular ownership group. So, I wasn't underwhelmed. I was more conflicted about the Amarius Mims pick last year, but I loved the Chris Jenkins pick in the second round. So I don't know. Hopefully, we can get a second round pick that I'm really excited about, and then hopefully the reality of the situation can be that I was mostly right about the second round pick being a good pick, and then the first round pick turns out to be amazing, and I just need to shut my mouth. Like I really I hope I pray that Shamar Stewart is an absolutely phenomenally amazing player. Like I really do. I just again I view him as a Sam Hubbard replacement, and I just don't think we needed to take him with the 17th pick or somebody like him with the 17th pick. You know, um, unless unless you're confident that you're gonna bring Trey Hendrickson back. If you know Trey Hendrickson's coming back and Trey Hendrickson's gonna be your guy for like you know, if Trey Hendrickson is the guy in Cincinnati for the next 3 to 4 years, or hopefully longer, but I don't know if he'll be that. I don't know if he'll be like elite much past 3 to 4 more years. But like if Trey Hendrickson is basically your pass rusher for Shamar Stewart's rookie contract, then it's actually a really great pick because that's exactly what you need. You need Trey Hendrickson rushing the passer, and you need somebody on the other side stopping the run, which is what you had when you had Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard doing that job, and that was one of the best tandems in the NFL, even though Sam Hubbard wasn't as good at rushing the passer. And if that's what you're getting, then great. But like if you don't have Trey Hendrickson on the other side, then it feels like a waste. Like that pick could have been so much more. And I really feel like if you fix the secondary, then the whole rest of the team gets better. So you got guys on there. You got guys available like Will Johnson and Jahdae Barron, and I don't know.
Oh God. Oh no. Are you
Anika
kidding me?
Ibuka.
God.
I mean, it's a fine pick. I don't know if it's worth that reaction.
The Saints have no corners.
Well, okay, but the Buccaneers already have a lot of good weapons anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ibuka moves the needle much.
But now we have Alontae Taylor and Kool-Aid McKinstry. Who's gonna guard Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Amika Ibuka and Trey McMillan? That's why we should have took Will Johnson.
Well, I mean, you don't have to play them all in the same game.
Yes, we do.
Trey McMillan plays for the Panthers.
No, Ted McMillan plays for the Panthers.
Wait, who am I thinking of? Trey.
There was some. No, was it?
Oh, you mean Jalen McMillan? Okay, that's where I got confused.
I don't know why I thought his name was Trey, but nah, we gotta play against those four twice a year. Oh no, I'm good on that. But hey, good news for you, Kyle. If we do stream tomorrow, that's a better chance of the Saints drafting a quarterback. So we can get my analysis on quarterback. Bro, if it's no. Man, I'll take Jackson Dart before I take Miller. And at this point, we still might have a chance at Shedeur Sanders. Well, if Pittsburgh doesn't take him, because Pittsburgh is the only team in the first round that really needs a quarterback.
I hope they don't get Shedeur Sanders. I feel like...
Yeah, because they're going to get Aaron Rodgers.
I hope they do get Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, Broncos are on the clock at 20, and in my mock draft, I had them trading down with the Colts, but I had the Broncos selecting Ashton Genty, which obviously can't happen now.
Hey, Mikey, can you spell check that for me? Did I spell that right?
Let me. Yeah, you spelled that right.
Yeah. No, the whole thing.
Oh, suck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you spelled it right.
Okay.
You added a C and a K that didn't really be added, but yeah,
correctly.
it's right.
Correctly added a C and a K.
I knew it was odd when you asked me to spell check.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty difficult to spell name.
OSU.
No, I meant Emeka Egbuka is a difficult to spell name.
Yeah. Well, here, Carolina. I mean, not Carolina. Who's on clock? Denver. I think they take Jade Barron.
That seems weird. They already have Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, but you can play him alongside Sertan.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like they need so much work on the rest of the defense that like pouring all of your resources into the secondary. It's like the opposite of why I'm annoyed with the Bengals because like I feel like the Bengals need to pour resources into their secondary. And again, if Trey Hendrickson, like if you got Trey Hendrickson, then okay, I like Shamar Stewart. That's fine, but you better get you better keep Trey Hendrickson around. That's all I'm saying. And they can do that, by the way. They could totally like franchise tag him next year, and they could even franchise tag him the year after. Like the Bengals have all the leverage, and Trey Hendrickson knows it. That's part of why he's pissed off. But you also can't guarantee that Trey Hendrickson's not going to just like straight up retire on you either.
Yeah.
But then again, the Bengals are exactly the kind of like schizo motherfuckers that like that they look players in the eye when they threaten to do that, and they're like, all right, bet. They did that to Carson Palmer. They're like, you gonna retire? All right, you gonna give up all that money? Fine. And then Carson Palmer legitimately just didn't show up again, and it's like, oh, all right, well I guess we don't have a quarterback anymore. But oh look, Andy Dalton's there in the second round. That works out. And then Hugh Jackson just convinced the Raiders to do something crazy, and he's like, "Let's trade potentially 2 first-round picks for Carson Palmer." God, that was the greatest day of my fucking life.
That's nice.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Carson Palmer was really good, but it was that was one of the stupidest things the Raiders ever did, and it worked out great for us.
Pig is in for Denver. Yeah, Pig is in for Denver.
All right,
Pig
well.
is in for Denver.
I don't think I've picked anybody here. Will Johnson? I don't know.
Okay, at this point, doesn't matter.
I was about to say, like, what do you care? He's not making it to the next Saints pick.
You never know. I didn't think we were going to get Kool-Aid McKinstry last year in the second round, but there we were.
I guess. All right, so the Broncos pick is in.
All right, so Shador, Will Johnson, Amarian Hampton, Josh Simmons, and Matthew Golden are Mel's best available.
I don't agree that Matthew Golden is as good as people are saying. But then again, I do think he's better than Egbuka.
I think he's better than what people are saying.
I meant when I said people, I meant you too.
What did I do?
You're a people.
Okay, and so are you.
Okay, but I didn't say that. I didn't say that he's going to be like really, really good.
But you also said the Saints are going to take Jalen Milroe.
I wasn't serious about that.
I don't know you.
Well, I would think you don't have to know me. Which, by the way, I think you do know me enough to know that I was joking about that. Like, you don't, you know me that you know me at least that well.
Yep, I've known you for 3 years, Kyle. I know.
Right. Well, I mean, you've watched my show, so you know enough about me from that perspective. But I mean, we've done enough podcast episodes for you to know my sense of humor at this point.
All right. Oh wow, Make a Wish Kid is about to announce big. That's nice. His name is Samuel. We will respect Samuel.
He looks a lot older than the kid in the picture.
That's nice. Okay, I'm taller than all my family members.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm 6 feet.
Except for my daughter, but she's my stepdaughter, so I don't know if that counts.
Wait, a female is taller than you?
Yeah. No, she wasn't originally female.
What?
She wasn't originally female.
Let's see, Denver. They take Jade Barron. Booyah!
Huh. All right. Well, we'll see how this works out, Bengals.
And that's 8.
We'll see if I was right or wrong then.
I got Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Drew Carter, Armand Membu, Mason Graham. I got who else did I get? Who did the Jets pick? Who was the Jets pick?
Didn't they take Membu?
They took they took Membu. Let's see. Okay, Panthers, I did not get there. Saints, I didn't get. Bears, I didn't get. 49ers, no. Cowboys, no. Dolphins, no. Broncos, no.
I'll be
Well,
totally honest.
technically Broncos, yeah.
I've completely lost count at this point, but I know you're ahead of me. So.
Buccaneers, no. Cardinals, no. Bengals, no. Seahawks, no. Falcons, no. Colts, no.
All right. Well, so this is probably Shadur Sanders then, right?
Yep, Steelers at 21. I have them going Jihad.
Nope, it's Derek Carmen.
What?
Derek Carmen.
What is that like?
Defensive tackle out of Oregon. Yeah.
They took
Derek Carmen.
Huh? Hey,
I mean, they need defensive interior help. To be fair.
Yeah.
They also need a quarterback. But maybe they just really think they're getting Aaron Rodgers, which I hope they do. I hope they do.
Well, I have them going Jihad Campbell. So
I'm glad they didn't get him. Did I get the right logo here, Mikey?
Let me guess. Is it a poop stain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Man, bro, I wish I could edit like you can, bro. Man, you know the amount of trolling I would do.
Well, yes, I can edit pretty well. This is a picture I found though.
Yeah. Well, the pick isn't. Well, we already know the pick. So, is Shador really gonna fall out the first round? Like, I mean, maybe the Saints straight up.
All right. Well,
What'd you say?
What if the Chargers take Shitter? Wouldn't that be funny? That'd be really funny. That'd be really
Justin
funny.
Herbert.
I know. That's why it'd be funny. Because honestly, Justin Herbert, like, I think we kind of know who Justin Herbert is at this point. He's like, he got a lot of hype in his rookie year, and I think everybody knows at this point that he ain't really shit. Like he's fine. He's more than fine. He's like a top 10 quarterback, but like probably number 10 consistently.
If you could talk to all those Steelers fans one-on-one, what would you tell all of them?
Did you bring any Primanis?
Why?
Because I really like Primani sandwiches.
From Pittsburgh?
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of enjoy visiting Pittsburgh, the city. I enjoy it a hell of a lot more now that the Bengals are actually good and competitive with the Steelers. But like Pittsburgh's got a really good food scene. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do enjoy going in there to eat. And I do it often because my sister lives in Philly, so we stop on Pittsburgh along the way a lot.
I had the Jaguars trading up for Derek Carmen with the 32nd pick.
Well, they're not going to do that now.
No duh.
But you know, wait, you had them trading up for Derek Harmon to this pick, but you were surprised that the Steelers took Derek Harmon at 21?
I said 32. I had them trading up for 32.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But Chargers at 22, I had them going with Mika Buka, which obviously can't happen now.
I think the Chargers take... You know what? I think this is actually where I had Luther Burden going.
You know what? I think Chargers are going Malachi Starks.
That's quite possible. I don't know why he's still available.
Neither do I.
Like, does he have like? Did he get arrested or something?
I don't know.
Like, he's a good player.
Yep. All right. Chargers. What are they gonna do?
Like, I mean, Starks
Yeah.
isn't like, gonna be the next Jesse Bates or anything like that. But like, I mean, he could be like a 15-year starter for any team, like plug and play.
Well, I've calmed down now, and I actually like the pick of Banks now. If y'all even care.
I feel like I understand slightly more what the Bengals are going for than I did with my initial reaction, but I only think that it makes sense if you're guaranteeing Trey Hendrickson's going to be here for another, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Or if you know you've got somebody who can pass rush like Trey Hendrickson in the bank, which I don't believe that you can trust that that's Miles Murphy. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that you would just naturally believe that Miles Murphy's going to do that. Like, I think he could, but I don't trust him yet enough to take Shamar Stewart in the first round when you got like some really good corners available.
Yeah. Well, Chargers. I mean, hey, maybe the Saints trade up and get your door. I know the Saints were talking about trading up to get a quarterback.
Maybe. I mean, if they're going to do that, then, making sure you got a really good offensive line in front of them is a good idea.
Yeah, okay. If the Saints, I don't know, it depends on what quarterback we get. Like, I'll be good with Jackson Dart as long as it's not in the first round. That was my big issue. A lot of people had us taking Dart, and I did not agree with that one bit. But mainly in the first round. I didn't want that.
Yeah. I think it will be, like, it'll probably be kind of a, probably not a good decision when you guys trade up for Jalen Milroe.
I see what you're trying to do. You're not even going to get a reaction on me that time.
I did, though.
No, you did.
Yes, I did.
You gotta gasp.
I know. That's good enough.
Okay, I'm gonna be prepared next time.
No, you won't.
Nah, bro, don't poke the bear. I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, to mismatch like that, mismatch like this.
I'm really surprised nobody's taken a swing on Mike Green yet, though. Like, I must not be the only one who's really concerned about his history.
What's his history? What did he do? Assault puppies?
No, like, I think he, like, I feel like I remember he got, like, a DUI or something like that recently.
By the way, what happened with Jackson Carman? Remember last time you said that he did something bad?
I'm not. I don't want to get my channel demonetized. Let's just say he was doing things he shouldn't be doing with somebody who is not of age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I think those charges might have been dropped, but I don't remember exactly what happened. But there's a lot of speculation that those charges were not dropped for reasons that were valid.
Yep. All right. So, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are we to stream tomorrow night?
Oh, it was sexual assault. That's what Mike Green. How likely are we to stream tomorrow night? I'd say probably like a good 70 to 80%. I just need to make sure before I commit to that.
Oh, so you also essay just like Shannon Sharp. That's nice.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't really. I heard about the Shannon Sharp thing, but I don't really know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. He kind of he ever since he got on TV, he kind of seemed like a turd. So I'm not that surprised.
See, Chargers, man, they have a lot of options. They could go receiver. They could go Will Johnson. But I'm sticking to my guns.
If Will Johnson keeps falling like this, I almost kind of think the Eagles are going to take him.
I swear to God. I put it on, Lord, I put it on you. If the Eagles get Will Johnson, I'm not watching the Eagles games next year because I already know what's going to happen.
Can you imagine Will Johnson
Dang,
and Cooper DeJean on the same team?
No, let's not imagine that. Shador Sanders, 96% chance he'd be drafted by the 21st pick. And he's still here at 22. Chargers, can you just pick somebody? It's not that difficult.
Be interesting when he gets picked at like 46.
No, when he gets picked at 40.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, Cleveland holds the first pick in the second round. If someone wants quarterback, someone's going to have to jump them.
No, yeah, 46. That's what I meant.
No, pick 40.
No, when the Falcons drafted 46.
No, pick 40.
Or at pick 39 when the Panthers trade up. And they send Bryce Young in a three-way trade.
Who's the third team?
I don't know, some team that needs a quarterback because I don't think the Bears do.
Okay. Well, I know what you're trying to do. Bruh, are the Chargers actually going to have their pick skipped at this point? It's been 23 seconds, buddy.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time it's happened. And if I recall correctly, what weren't the Chargers the one that it happened to back in the day? Or no, it was the Vikings. It was the Vikings
twice. Yeah. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Are they out of time? Nope, the pick is in.
They must have just got it in.
Yes. I feel like that always happens. Like, they never have, like, all the time, like, most of the time when it goes to 0, they always somehow still have a pick in, so. Alright.
I feel like, why would you ever miss your pick? Because you've had, like, you've had months and months to figure this shit out. So, like, why would the extra 2 minutes really be, like, that much? Why do you think the extra, like, minute beyond the 2 minutes that you have is going to make that much of a difference to your, like, decision making? Like if you miss your pick, then you just weren't prepared.
Yeah. I know the Vikings happened to twice.
Yeah, years ago though, like, you know, like when before the NFL draft was like a spectacle like this.
All right, come on. What's the doggone pick?
I think the best word to use for my opinion about the Shamar Stewart pick is whelmed. I am extremely whelmed. I think
the best word I have on the Kelvin Banks pick is, all right.
Okay. All right, Ryan. Listen. If we are keeping Trey, it's a really good pick, okay? I wouldn't say Miles has failed, but partially because, like, I mean, it's not like he's going to, like, play over Trey Hendrickson. Like, are you crazy? But I also don't think that Miles Murphy is a Trey Hendrickson replacement, so. But if we do keep Trey, I'm fine with Shamar Stewart, but we better keep fucking Trey. That's all I'm saying. But I still, I don't know, man, like, I just don't like that we're...
Amari Hampton went in the first round?
Who?
Amari Hampton?
Oh, yeah, wow.
He went in the first round?
What? Chargers
Bro,
fans,
I had him.
the Chargers fans on the screen seem pretty happy about it.
But you could have got him in the second round.
You could have gotten him in the third round.
Bro, whatever. Packers on the clock at 23, and I have them going Nick Scorton. Marion Hampton. I mean, yeah, you needed a running back. Well, no, you don't. You didn't even need a running back. You signed Najee Harris.
I don't know.
You didn't even need a running back. You signed Najee Harris. This draft has been the weirdest draft I've ever seen. We've had one trade. We've had a lot of surprises. I mean, I guess it's better than no surprises, but dang. Should have just took Shedeur Sanders if that was the case.
I'm not sure if I would classify Shamar Stewart to the Bengals as a surprise. It's kind of surprising to me just because of like the buzz they've had lately. But like all offseason, people have been talking about Shamar Stewart. So, and like it makes sense. We better be keeping Trey Henderson. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We better be keeping Trey Henderson.
Who's the Packers taking?
Who are the Packers taking? Probably Barron.
No, he already got picked.
Oh, well, fuck.
He got picked by Denver.
Your
boy said
Will Johnson.
Yeah. Well, out of the Packers going Nick Scorton.
I could see that. You don't think they take Izaraku? Whatever his name is.
Donovan Izaraku. I have him going to the Lions at 28.
So there's no reason to think the Packers couldn't take him at 23.
There is a reason.
Why is that?
And that's the reason is that unless he's not available, I'm not going back on my word.
Okay.
Unless he picked already, which he is not. But all right, Kelvin Banks. Okay. The Saints have the 40th pick in the second round, and we also have 2/3. So. Shedeur Sanders is really about to be a second round pick unless the Saints trade up.
Well, it's not just the Saints. Like plenty of teams could trade up.
The Saints will trade up and get Shedeur Sanders. Because I don't even think we have to give up a first round pick to get Shedeur Sanders.
Well, if you don't have to take him in the first round, then of course you don't.
Like the only way I see us getting Shedeur is if we trade up with like I don't know, like Houston or Minnesota or like Philadelphia or something like that. That's the only way I see us getting Shedeur. Because Cleveland, they're probably going to take him. Come on.
Minnesota could
Give me
take
Nick
him.
Scorton. What?
Minnesota could take him.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'd be a little surprised because it kind of feels like they really want to just try to see if J.J. McCarthy's going to work.
Yeah. Plus, they could take Jackson Dart in like the second round if they want a quarterback.
I don't quite get why you would take Jackson Dart over Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart? What's Shamar Stewart got to do with this?
Not Shamar Stewart. Sanders.
Yeah, I understand. Look, I think Sanders is a way better QB than Mr. Jackson Dart. I've been saying that all offseason. But like for Minnesota, you don't need QB. But if you want to go with the QB just in case Jackson or J.J. McCarthy's not it, you could take Dart in the second round. So if the Steelers don't get Rodgers, who's going to be their quarterback? Are they just going to ride with Mason Rudolph already?
God, I hope so. God, I hope
they show
so.
Tom Grosser.
No, he's like the 6th round pick, right?
Yeah, but like they can at least show him at the draft.
Well, he might not be in the crowd.
Or not.
He doesn't really seem like a crowd guy to me. Like I know he has the crowds like in his videos, but those are all crowds that are there for him. He doesn't strike me as a guy who would really want to be in like a tight box of crowd.
All right, Packers. Where are they going? Somebody just flexed a Vikings jersey.
Yeah, Vikings fans are definitely making themselves known right now.
This reminds me when I was at church.
You go
I
to
don't
church
know
with
why.
a bunch of Packers fans?
What?
Do you go to church with a bunch of Packers fans?
No. But like I'm always, or sometimes I'm in the dead center of the church. So
It does kind of look like with the way the crowds are kind of placed, it does kind of look like Mecca.
yeah. I mean, the draft is in Green Bay. So.
And which is the NFL Mecca. I think I think this is going to be Ezeraku. I think this that's who they're going to take here.
Jalen Milrow.
Or Ezeraku. Ezeraku. However the fuck.
I think my dad had the Bengals game.
Your dad had what? Bengals getting Ezeraku?
I think my dad had. Yeah, my dad had y'all taking him at 17.
That's fair. I would have been. I think I would have been more okay with Ezeraku than Shamar Stewart.
Bro, that crowd is like a New Year's Eve crowd.
But again, if you know that Trey Hendrickson's sticking around, then that's fine. You know, I really, and Ryan's like now on to guard. Okay, but like if a good guard's available, like I mean the Cowboys took fucking Tyler Booker, so like who we gonna get at guard? Like I mean Tate Ratledge, but you can get him in the 3rd round. So I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to guard in the 2nd round at this point.
All right, pick is in for like the 10th straight time.
All right. And it's the Bengals trading up for Will Johnson.
No. Fun fact, the Saints traded up with the Packers last year to get Kool-Aid McKinstry. There's Mark Murphy. Isn't Mark Murphy like retired?
I don't think so.
Well, I know there's an age limit in order to be the Packers management, and I think Murphy hit that age, but I could be wrong.
He's not that old, is he? I mean, what's their age limit?
I think he's like 60. I think the age limit is like 65 or something. Well, he's announcing the pick, so there's Mark Murphy, Packers president and CEO. And they take Will Johnson, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's going to be Ezeraku.
I think it's going to be the other guy I said. I think it's going to be Nick Scorton. That's the guy I said that. Nick Scorton. I haven't really been hearing his name.
I think it's going to be Shadur Sanders.
Okay. It's Bird Gang Lane. Who is it?
Matthew Golden.
They're excited. Really?
Yep, Matthew Golden.
Hey, at least I had him going in the 1st round.
That's a much better fit for the Packers, though. Like I like him going to the Packers. I wasn't a big fan of him going to whoever it was we were talking about before. But I like him going to the Packers.
Bro, how long is Mark Murphy going to talk for? The Minnesota Vikings will be on the clock at number 24, as now it's announced Matthew Gold. I had the Vikings taking Nick Amanawari. Who do you have the Vikings taking a swing on?
I mean, like my gut tells me Malachi Starks, but at this point, I'm wondering if there's just something the NFL knows about Malachi Starks that we don't.
Well, I heard rumors about Shador Sanders and why he might not be getting picked.
What was that?
That apparently, like, he couldn't answer, like, whenever he went up to, like, the whiteboard, he couldn't say the plays. Like, he couldn't understand the plays. And, like, one GM or one, like, person that was in the front office or general manager office or whatever said that his Shador Sanders interview was the worst he's ever had. So maybe that's why. But, Vikings on the clock. I mean, we were saying the same stuff about CJ Stroud, but they still picked him at 2.
Yeah, I was about to say that feels like people just trying to like badmouth the guy to me. Like that's typically the type of stuff people say about somebody who they want to dislike.
Yeah. All right. The pick is in for the for the Minnesota Vikings at 24. I have them going Nick Amanawari. Who did you say they were going?
I didn't say. I said Malachi Starks feels like they could go him, but for some reason he's still on the board, and that is a big red flag to me. So, I mean, who am I gonna go with? Look, I don't know. They could trade down, honestly, with the way the board is.
Well, they're not taking down clearly.
Well, yeah. Omar Norman Lott. How about him?
Who?
Omar, he's from defensive tackle from Tennessee.
Okay.
I think he's a good fit.
They're just going to get tired. They might as well go James Pierce.
I don't think they're going to go with an outside guy.
I mean, yes. But yeah, I think they're going Nick Amanawari, because you lost one of your safeties to free agency. I forgot which one it was, but I remember you lost one of them. You still have
That's why I'm thinking Malachi Starks,
Yeah, but Nick Amanawari did have the best combine since the 80s. So, and I'm not a big combine guy, but GMs are, so that's why I'm thinking Nick Amanawari. All right, come on, just not to pick, Rick. Yeah, a few more picks.
I'm just not all that high on Nick Amanawari in the first place. To be honest with you, like his tape ain't there.
I wonder if they're interviewing Matthew Golden literally Matthew Golden started talking on the stage. I wonder if they're making him do that because the draft's at Green Bay. Because usually they'll bring him to the side or to interview him, but no, they started doing it on the stage.
That's probably what they're doing, yeah.
So they're trying to get the hometown crowd to endure their first round pick. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Minnesota on the clock with 24. Speaking of Minnesota, I haven't seen Jim here today, so I wonder what he's doing.
He doesn't typically do a whole lot. He's usually pretty quiet during the off season.
Are you sure? Because every time we're streaming, he always has something bad to say.
I think that's a little different. I think he just likes fucking with you.
What did I do?
You're very easy to fuck with.
First of all, pause. Second of all, what you mean?
Like you I mean, I think you do it on purpose. Like, you always give good reactions, and I think you play along with stuff.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes I just let my body react. Sometimes I don't even say what I actually mean. Like you remember that one time when the Saints played the Packers last year and Alontae Taylor did the bull crap?
No, I don't.
That was cool.
All right. Well, who are the Vikings taking then? How long are they going to make us wait?
What?
So how long are they going to make us wait?
I don't know until we fall asleep.
Man, those Packers fans are really excited about Matthew Golden. Like, it's not they really ain't that big of a deal, bro.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's good, but I don't know. Maybe everybody's just higher on him than I am.
Donovan Jackson from Minnesota.
I didn't think they'd take him.
I didn't even have him going in the first round.
I didn't have him going in the first or second round. Clearly, we are not on the same wavelength as the NFL.
Trade alert! Texans have traded down. They trade their pick to the New York Giants. Are they trading up for Shador?
They could. I mean, they desperately need a quarterback.
I mean, they got Russell Wilson, James Winston.
What does that mean? What on earth does that mean? Nothing.
I mean,
Russell Wilson's washed up.
Well,
I'm not sure he was ever any good in the first place.
Well, with this pick, got the Texans taking Tyler Booker, but now since the Giants traded up, yeah, the Texans taking Tyler Booker, but now that the Giants are on the clock, this will be their second first-round pick. I think this is the first team to make 2 first-round picks today. Let me see. Giants, what could they do? Let me see.
They could definitely take Shador.
Yeah.
If they're trading like this, I mean, like the only other thing I can think of is Will Johnson.
I think the Giants are going to take Mike Green.
You think they're going to trade up to get Mike Green?
Yep.
That seems silly to me.
We're talking about the Giants.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we are. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Maybe it's Jackson Dart.
But yeah, I imagine they have I think we're gonna have way more trades in the second round.
Dude, why does Jackson Dart's entire family look like they're in a 70s stoner band?
Why does Jackson Dart look like he's J.J. McCarthy?
He doesn't look like J.J. McCarthy. He looks like J.J. McCarthy's uncle looked like in the 70s.
Okay. Giants. The pick is in for the New York Giants. Is it Shador? Please, no, because the Saints still have a chance at Shador.
All right.
Ironically, the Saints have always made good second-round picks. So I think, I'm excited for the second round.
The Bengals in general have made good second round picks. Not always. Sometimes we take Jackson fucking Carman, but
yeah, I mean,
sometimes we take Chris Jenkins. Sometimes we take Joe Mixon. Sometimes we take Giovanni motherfucking Bernard.
I was excited for when we took what's his name, Isaiah Foskey, but he's definitely disappointed me. Ain't nobody trying to see the new Lilo and Stitch movie. I want to see the NFL draft.
I'm definitely trying to see the Lilo and Stitch movie. Maybe not right now though.
Okay, well, you do you.
Dude, I'm actually kind of excited about that movie. I loved that movie when I was a kid.
I wasn't a big fan of it. Like it was a good movie, just not a movie that I was all excited for.
Yeah, well, you like musicals, so your opinion's invalid.
What did I do to you? Musicals are amazing. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't like them. They're too campy.
Fun fact: I've been watching this movie a week away, and I've not stopped watching that movie since I figured it existed.
What movie?
A week away. It's on Netflix, and a good movie. It's about God and camps and musical.
I don't think I've ever watched a movie on Netflix.
Okay.
Like literally ever.
Well, I would say check out A Week Away, but knowing you, you're probably not gonna like it.
Probably not. I'm not much of a movie guy in the first place, really.
Yeah. I wonder if they have what the Giants and Texans traded.
I don't know. Are the Texans out of the first round now?
Yeah, because the Giants didn't have another first round pick.
Okay.
Unless they trade back into it, which
I don't know.
All right, yeah, it says here the Giants received the 25th pick, Texans received the 34th pick, 99th pick, and a third next year. Who do you think won that trade?
Well, you can't possibly know right now because we don't even know who the Giants are taking. But like if it's Shadur, then I almost kind of feel like they could have gotten him at 34 at this rate.
Well, I think the Giants won this trade still because I feel like the Giants could have gave up way more and they didn't. So I think that's a win right there.
I mean, yeah, but they only moved up. Like they're only moving up 9 picks.
Yeah.
How much do you really need to give up to go up 9 picks?
I mean, you could have gave up another third round pick, but you didn't. All right, pick is in. Let's see who the Giants take.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It is Jackson Dart.
What?
It is Jackson Dart. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? We need to go find dude, 5 Points Vids always does the best draft reactions. I gotta find his video for this. That is unbelievable. Are you serious?
It would be the Giants.
No
Giants
way.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the Giants. I think the Giants might be racist.
I think we already knew that.
Like first Daniel Jones and now Jackson Starts. What? Whatever, bro. Los Angeles Rams on the clock at 26. I have the Rams taking James Pierce Jr. What about you?
Fuck. I'm still on the. I'm still on Jackson Dart. The Rams. You said James Pierce.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how Jihad Campbell hasn't been taken.
Why the Falcons just traded up?
Oh, okay. Well, fuck. Who do they need? Oh, they need Jihad Campbell. I think this would be Jihad Campbell.
I think they're going Mike Green.
We'll see.
Yeah, they just traded up.
What's what's the worst move? Trading up to get Jackson Dart at the end of the first round over Shadur Sanders, or taking Michael Penix when you just paid Kirk Cousins a ton of money?
Honestly, probably taking Michael Penix, to be honest with you.
I guess it depends. if Jackson Dart is bad, then that's probably worse.
Well, the thing is, I will give this. The Giants, they need quarterback. When Atlanta took Penix, they didn't need QB. Yeah, I still don't understand the Jackson Dart pick, but at least you can argue, well, hey, they needed a quarterback. But it's still stupid either way. But the Giants are racist.
Dude, that was a good reaction too. I'm gonna have to rip that and like put it on a short or something. Like you and I just like went totally quiet and then just burst out laughing.
Yeah, it's funny. We both started laughing at the same time.
Right.
That was funny. I didn't even plan that laughter.
Right.
Like you just started saying, I was like, "What?" And then that's when it's so funny, bro. Bro, I still can't. I'm sorry. The Giants are the worst franchise ever when it comes to drafting quarterbacks.
This is the
point.
same team that drafted Daniel Jones number 10 overall.
No, it wasn't even 10. It was 6.
Oh, it was? Yeah, you're right.
It was 6. All right, this is what the Falcons traded and the Rams. So the Falcons. Oh my God. The Falcons got the 26th pick and the 101st pick, but the Rams got the 46th pick, 242nd pick, and the Falcons' first round pick next year.
I wonder if I can find 5 points reaction to that.
Bro, the Falcons don't even have a first round pick next year now. Y'all suck. Bro, you know what? Screw what I said earlier. This draft has been amazing. Kyle, just so you know, I'm expecting a YouTube short to be uploaded soon.
Okay. Well, it won't, I can tell you it won't be uploaded soon because I'm gonna have to rip the video from YouTube, which YouTube's gonna have to process first. It's gonna take forever, but it'll be up within the next like day or two.
That was how. Let's see who the Falcons. Did they trade up for Tyler Scoff? I swear, the Falcons are poverty. They don't even have a first round pick next year now. Who is it? James Pierce. Okay, that's a good pick for Atlanta. I won't lie there. Ironically, that's who I had the Rams taken. So do I get half a point there, or is it still 0 because it wasn't the team that took them? You know, I'm just going to make it fair, and I'm just going to say 0. All right, now the Baltimore Ravens are on the clock at 27. I have the Ravens going with Josh Connerly. Dad, who do you have? God damn it. Kyle, who do you have the Ravens taking?
Satan.
Satan?
Yeah. Mike Green.
But, bro, the Falcons don't even have a first-round pick next year.
Yeah, but James Pierce is a good pick.
I know, but I love being in the MC South. You should try sometime.
I don't know if I can.
Bro, that Jackson Dart pick is still like 2.
That was wild.
Why Jackson Dart over Shador Sanders?
I don't know. Because they're racist. We already know the Giants are racist. Like, they've been racist forever. And it's not just because of it's because of the shit their owner says. Like he's the most crusty old white person that has ever existed on the planet.
Yeah, they're racist. Like, they really took Jackson Dart over Shador Sanders just because he's white at this point. Like, that's the only explanation. Jackson Dart, though. So who are you going to start in week 1? Are you going to start Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, or Jameis Winston?
What's the difference with any of those people? Like, as far as effectiveness goes, not play style. Like, I feel like it's a crapshoot with all 3 of them.
I'm not gonna lie, I would rather see Jameis play over all of them, though.
I think Jameis gives you the best upside, but he's also the biggest risk factor too. If Jameis Winston plays up to his best potential, he could be the best quarterback in that room. But you're most likely not getting that version of Jameis. You're most likely getting a not so great version of Jameis, honestly.
Yeah, that was funny. So, but for real though, who do you have the Ravens taking?
For
That's not taking.
real, I'm Will Johnson.
Will Johnson? Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, Will Johnson might literally fall to the second round at this point. I mean,
Maybe I don't know. Like
maybe Detroit,
I don't think he
maybe
makes it
Washington.
past Detroit and Buffalo and Philly.
We'll see.
If the Ravens
That was
aren't going to
hilarious.
take Will Johnson, they'll take Malachi Starks. I know
I think
the
my dad
types
had
of players that the Ravens typically target.
Big example. Well, my dad had the Ravens taking Malachi Starks.
Yeah, well, that's probably good
I have him
instinct.
going Josh Allen. All right. Well, the pick is in for the Ravens. Jackson Dart. That's funny.
It could be Nick Skirton.
Nick Scorton.
Scorton, what the fuck ever. It could be Nick Scorton. That kind of feels like a Raven guy too.
It's Nick Scorton. Maybe. Did they have Jadeveon Clowney, or am I tripping?
They do not have Jadeveon Clowney. I forget who he's with.
I don't
now,
know why.
but, isn't he with the Panthers?
I thought he got like traded or something.
I don't know.
I could be wrong, but just like I was wrong on Jackson Dart being a first round pick. That's
Yeah,
funny.
he's with the
Man,
Panthers.
you could have got Jackson Dart in the second round. If you wanted him that bad, you could have got him in the second round.
Yeah, Clowney signed with the Panthers in free agency.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that was last year. So I guess he's just sticking around. This is his last year on his contract, though.
Yeah. All right, well, the pick is in for the Ravens, but right now we're on commercial break, so
Yep.
I have to wait a while. But man, the Rams though, they have 2 first-round picks next year. Yeah, and so does Cleveland. Man, I love when my rivals can't draft worth a damn. You should try it sometime.
Well, I got one of them.
Who's that?
The Browns.
Browns? I mean, the same team that took Mason Graham.
Yeah, well, I mean that seems like a good pick, but knowing the Browns is going to be a bad pick.
Oh, that's nice. See the Ravens take. Bro, I really hope the Saints trade up though to get Shedeur Sanders because I really want Shedeur, but I doubt it. I know the Saints were looking at trading up in the second round, but the Browns hold the first pick in the second round. So do you really think the quarterback is really gonna fall? Like, are the Browns that high on Deshaun Watson?
No, they're not. That's why I
Yeah,
thought
that's what I'm
they
saying.
were going to take Shador with the second pick, so they could totally take him with the first pick in the second round.
Ravens take Malachi Starks.
There we go. I called that one.
Yep. Now, next, the Lions are on the clock 28, and I have them going Donovan Izarakuya. So, yeah, do you have any analysis on the Malachi Starks pick?
Well, like I said, that's a quintessential Ravens type of pick. I'm really surprised he fell this far, but I think the NFL feels similar to me about safeties, but at the same time, I feel like Malachi Starks is the type of safety who is worth taking in the first round. So I mean, to get him this late, that's a good move. Um, pairing him with what's his name, Kyle something or other.
Kyle Hamilton?
Yeah, Kyle Hamilton. Pairing him with Kyle Hamilton, that could be dangerous, and I don't look forward to it. But essentially, what they're doing is they they know that once once the Bengals get like their shit together on defense, they're gonna have to really pay attention to Joe Burrow, and that's what they're doing. They're preparing to play against Joe Burrow. That's what they're doing by stacking their safety box.
Yeah. Well, the pick is in for the Detroit Lions. Who do you have going to Detroit?
I'll be honest. I haven't even thought about Detroit at all. I think I keep forgetting to do them in mocks. To be honest with you.
What name?
Let's see. For the Lions, I mean, like Jihad Campbell. Like that feels like a knee biter, a Dan Campbell type of guy.
Yeah. Well, I think the Lions. I think they're going to take Donovan Izaraku. I think that's what you said. The edge from Boston College.
I could see that too. I wouldn't be shocked if they took Mike Green.
I agree. I mean, that could be a possibility.
But I don't know. Just if Mike Green is falling this far at this point, to me that indicates that people are definitely concerned about the character concerns, and while Dan Campbell is like a rough him up type of guy, he also seems like the type of guy who would very much prioritize like people being good people. So maybe they wouldn't take Mike Green.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, the pick is in for the Lions, so they already made their selection. I was gotta wait for Roger Goodell to announce it, unless somebody else is going to announce it. Yeah, but then we have, I think, 4 more picks left in the first round after this. Yeah, we got Washington, then we got Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philadelphia. Yeah. All right. Detroit Lions, pick 28, round 1. Who is Dan Campbell going to assemble into his army?
I am, like I said, it feels like Jihad Campbell is a Dan Campbell type of guy, but maybe that's the last name bias, so I don't know. But I don't know, it just feels like the pick to me.
Yep.
Who did you say you think they're taking?
Donovan okay.
Izeri Ruka?
Yeah, that.
Ruraku? Izeri Ruraku?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I could probably figure it out real quick.
What do you do that?
I think the conversation starts with Donovan Ezraku.
Ezeraku.
Izaraku. Okay, Donovan Izaraku is going to Detroit. You said Jahad Campbell?
Yep.
Okay.
It's Tyleek Williams.
Is that confirmed?
That's confirmed.
Tyleek Williams.
Okay.
Well, I didn't have him in the first round.
I definitely did not have him going in the first. I had him like.
Yeah, well,
I had him like mid third round, honestly.
all right. Well, the Commanders are going to be on the clock at 29 overall. I had them going Walter Nolan, but he already got picked, so now I got you somebody else. Let's see who we got on the board. I think they will. I think the Commanders are going to take Shedeur Sanders.
What?
Nah, I'm playing. I got it. I'm joking. Imagine
you've been the fucking Jaden Daniels guy, like constantly. Now you're like, oh, we're gonna take Shedeur Sanders now.
No, I'm playing. No, I think they're gonna go. They could go. You know what? Actually, they have to go Will Johnson here. They have to, right?
I mean that would be like probably the best fit for them available. I could see Mike Green too.
I mean, it's tough. You know, I think they're gonna go Mike Green. That's my final pick. I think they're going Mike Green.
Okay.
Who do you think is gonna go?
I'm gonna go with Benjamin Morrison.
Benjamin Morrison?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, the Commanders are still picking, so give them time. Did you know I was going to laugh like that when Jackson Dart got picked?
Well, no, obviously. Because I laughed at the same time as you, so.
Yeah.
Dude, like, the Giants are just such a fucking disaster. Like, they went out and they got Abdul Carter. They did the thing that everybody on the planet was, like, screaming at them to do. And then they trade up for Jackson Dart. Like you had it. Yeah, all you had to do was leave it alone. All you had to do was leave the fucking, like, you came in, you got an A on the project, and all you had to do was just, like, let it sit there. You didn't have to do anything else. And then you looked at it a little bit too long, and you cut off too many corners, and now your laptop's broken. Good job.
Yeah. Commanders still waiting. Still waiting for that money. Money. All right, the pick is in.
Panthers trade up for Shedeur Sanders.
No. Plus, Bryce Young's a good quarterback, so I don't know why they would do that.
Eagles trade up for Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, now you're just... That doesn't even sound right. Jalen Hurts is way better than... He's even better than Bryce Young, so why would the Eagles...
Chiefs trade up for Shedeur Sanders.
So what, Mahomes, did he commit tax fraud?
I hope so.
Why want that man in prison?
I don't necessarily want him in prison. I just, would like it if he stopped playing football or at least stopped playing for the Chiefs.
Why are you salty because they have Super Bowl rings and you don't?
That's part of it, yeah. Also, he's annoying.
Yeah. You're right. Mahomes is a little crybaby.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, he's got Super Bowl rings, but like, how honest did he come by at least the most recent one? Like, I mean, I'll give him, I'll give him the one against the 49ers, like early on, but like, I really feel like this whole like three-peat thing was like the NFL was trying to hand it to them, and they were not in any position. They shouldn't have been anywhere near the fucking championship this year. Like they were not that good of a team. They just got their path handed to them, and by the time they got to the Super Bowl, I think it was just obvious that like this team isn't very fucking good.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Like I've been saying it. Like I was saying it all last season. The Chiefs really could have won like 6 or 7 games last season.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the fucking thing, and that's why, like again, the idea that the NFL was doing it on purpose is like you can't really accuse the NFL of like trying to rig it for one team. That's kind of crazy. And if you were gonna do that, why would you pick a team in Kansas City? Like, it's not like Kansas City's a huge fucking market.
Yeah. Trust me, if they try to rig it, the Dallas Cowboys would keep winning, but they can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think the NFL is actively trying to rig games out there, but like I do think that I've said it time and time again. I think certain players figure out how to like rig the system for themselves based off of the way they just kind of like maneuver their bodies. And I just Josh Connerly.
Yep, Josh Connerly Jr. going to Washington, and now that makes the Buffalo Bills on the clock at number 30. And I had the Saints trading up to the Bills to get Gray Zabel, but obviously that can't happen now because Gray Zabel's off the board. So
I did not
Kyle,
have.
Who do you think is going to the Bills?
Who do I think is going to the Bills?
Yes.
Hold on, let me finish typing this.
Who do you do that? I think the Bills get Mike Green.
I don't. That doesn't feel like a Sean McDermott type of pick.
Well, unless somebody trades up, it looks like for sure Shedeur Sanders will be available in the second round. So maybe the Saints still have a chance at Shedeur.
Possibly.
We're gonna have to trade up because I still think Cleveland they're going to probably.
Well, like I said, I had the Browns taking Shedeur at 2, so.
I mean, hey, maybe the Browns still believe in Deshaun Watson. I don't know.
The Bills. Oh, I'm sorry. I think the Bills are going to take Benjamin Morrison. I think I said that for the Commanders. I meant for the Bills.
Okay. I'll get to you. Bills, 30th overall. They have time. If they trade with Kansas City.
I kind of hope not, though. Like, what do you think the chances of Morrison falling to the Bengals?
In the second round?
Yeah.
What pick do y'all have in the second round?
Like 50 something, maybe.
Hold on, let me see real quick.
49.
See,
49.
49, you say?
Yeah.
Let me just see this real quick. I think. Let me pull up the draft order. So draft. Let me see who has picks in the second round. All right, let's see. Bills are still picking, so hey, maybe they're on the phone with the Saints. Anyways, all right, let's see. So second round.
So for what it's worth,
Um,
I just simulated to the Bengals' next pick on PFF, and Benjamin Morrison was the best player available. So PFF thinks it could happen.
I don't. I think it could happen, but I think the Bears are going to take him with the 41st pick in the second round.
According to PFF, they're taking Xavier Watts.
Who, the Bears?
Yeah.
Well, I
And the
think
Saints
he
are
will
taking
be gone
Travion
by-
Henderson.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
The Saints are taking Travion Henderson according to PFF.
Travion Henderson?
Yeah, the running back from Ohio State.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that pick, but
It's not Shadur Sanders though.
hold on,
But in this scenario, Shadur Sanders went at 37 to the Raiders.
hold up. Well, yeah. Well, hold on. Well, I don't know. I think the Bears. I think he will be gone by the 42nd pick, Benjamin Morrison. Hold on, I'm gonna see what this thing says. The Saints are gonna do in the second round. All right, let's see who the Bills bring home. Watch them take Shadur Sanders just to piss me off for some weird reason.
But they have Josh
Well,
Allen.
here, I know. Well, here, PFF has Shador going to Cleveland right away. So
Yeah,
Titans get, wait. So the Titans get Cam Ward and Jalen Milroe. What are they on? Well, here Saints get Trey Harris and the Bengals get JT Tuamalu too.
Who?
JT Tuamalu.
Oh, the guy,
from
the Ohio State guy.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Why
that
would
should be
we?
fine.
We just took it. Why would we take another edge rusher?
Bro, they have Titans taking Cam Ward and Jalen Milroe. I don't know why PFF is the way it is.
Did you do a simulation?
Bills. Yes, I did.
Did you turn the randomness all the way up?
I don't even know how to do that. Bills. At number 30, they take Maxwell Hairston. Okay. Okay, I see their revision. But yeah, now the Chiefs have the 31st pick, and I have them taking Josh Simmons. I think you have to go Josh Simmons if you're Kansas City. Kyle, who do you think is going to Kansas City? And no, you cannot say the devil.
Donovan Resurreku. The Bills took.
Okay, I can see
Oh man. Damn.
Yeah. Are you new to the party?
Yeah, it just came on for me.
Oh. Well, I mean, I already announced it, so.
Yeah,
There's
I
the
think I
Chiefs
missed what you said.
traded. The Chiefs traded.
All
Who
right.
did they trade their pick to? Saints, please. To Philadelphia? The Eagles traded up one spot?
For Shadur Sanders.
No. No, the prophecy is not true. Eagles have traded up with the Chiefs. And now the Eagles is interesting. I think the Eagles go with Well, and ironically, I have the Eagles trading down. I had the Eagles trading down with Jacksonville, but obviously that can't happen. I think the Eagles, they go with Will Johnson. The fall has to
Yeah,
start now, right?
yeah. This feels like the Will Johnson pick.
Bruh, Howie Roseman, man, like, what? All right, Maxwell Harrison's a Bill, and the Eagles are on the clock after trading up with the Chiefs. So now the Chiefs
I
have
mean,
pick
unless
32.
this is Mike Green.
But they don't really. I mean, I guess that would make some
I mean,
sense.
first of all, it's the Eagles. They like just put a absolute fucking premium on defensive line, regardless of whether they need it or not.
Yeah. You somewhat right.
Man,
Somewhat right.
I was kind of hoping the Bengals could sneak Harrison in the second round. Damn.
Well, the pick is in for the Eagles.
I did watch
Yeah.
enough Kentucky to know that Harrison is a damn good player.
So you do watch college football.
On and off. You know, like when it's on and I'm at a bar or something like that. Yeah.
That's nice. All right, Eagles at pick 31. Who will their selection be? I think they're going Will Johnson.
I also think they're going Will Johnson. I don't know
And
who
if
the
you
hell
think
else you trade up
otherwise,
for
then
like
you
that.
guys go with an opinion.
I don't know who the hell else on the board you'd trade up for like that.
I mean, do the Chiefs need corners? 'Cause, like,
No, but the Chiefs might have had like somebody else calling, and they might have called the Eagles like, "Hey, want to give us a better offer?"
maybe.
Although they did
Has any
lose,
team-
they did lose what's his name to y'all, didn't they? I mean, he's a safety, but still,
Who?
that safety that y'all got from the Chiefs, Justin Reed.
Oh, Justin Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah. But why would that matter?
Defensive back.
Oh.
And Will
Has
Johnson.
anything ever-
Will Johnson is kind of like a slot guy, so you know that has some overlap with safeties.
Okay, well, has any team ever traded up just to trade back down with the same pick that they traded up for?
I'm sure that probably has happened. I can't think
That
of
would've been
any
fun.
time that would happen.
We're going to trade for the number one overall pick just so we can get some value for the number one pick. I'm still waiting for them to reveal the draft results. All right, second to last pick of the draft coming up soon. How soon? I don't know.
When they feel like it.
Some picks are announced in 2 minutes. Some are announced in 2 hours.
I'm still like kind of miffed about Shamar Stewart. But only slightly, you know, like only kind of. Like I kind of get their thought process, but like you fucking, and I've been saying it all off season. You better bring back Trey Hendrickson. That's all. Like if that's your plan, okay, bring it home. Stop fucking talking a big
I'm
game and
cool.
fucking do it.
Yeah, I'm cool with Kevin Banks.
Like I'll be honest, I would have rather brought Trey Hendrickson back than T. Higgins. Like I'm happy to have T. Higgins back. I thought they absolutely could have and should sign all three, but I would have taken Trey Hendrickson over T. Higgins easily.
Yeah, we'll see about that. What if T. Higgins completely sucks?
He doesn't though. Like, he already
if he
does.
does?
If he does going forward, that would be terrible. But he hasn't. He's every time he's on the field, he's great. You know, he's had some like being on the field issues, but not too bad. But every time he does get on the field, he's amazing, regardless of what injuries he's had. So I don't see that being a thing.
Are the Browns interested in Shador Sanders?
I don't see why they wouldn't be, but maybe not.
I hope everybody except for the Saints hates Shador Sanders in round 2.
What if the Saints hate Shador Sanders though?
I'll be the happiest person alive.
No, if
Because Shador Sanders and
no, if the Saints hate him.
oh, they hate him. Well, then that would suck. I heard that they were trying to trade up in the second round to get a quarterback, but what I heard is that the Browns are not trying to trade the 33rd pick. That's what I heard.
Well,
So
then they're
we're gonna
it's probably Shador Sanders then.
well, I mean, you never know. I mean, they might, you know.
I mean, I can't think of too many people who are on the board right now who they'd be that confident in and refusing to trade their pick, like for the Browns.
We're talking about the Browns.
I know.
We're talking about the Browns.
I know, but the Browns are typically like loose with things, not tight with things. And I'm like, it's not Will Johnson because like they're good at cornerback. That's the one position they're pretty confident in is cornerback.
I mean, who knows? Maybe the Saints will trade up with the Chiefs for that last pick.
Why has Will Johnson fallen so far? That's my question. Like now we're starting to get into red flag territory.
All right. So the Eagles received the 31st pick. Chiefs received the 32nd pick plus a 5th this year. So that's the trade. So it's a first round pick swap plus the Chiefs get a 5th.
I'm seeing some people speculating that there's questions about Will Johnson's ability to play man coverage in the NFL, and that might be why he's falling.
Let's see who the Eagles take. Who they trade up for?
I think it's Will Johnson.
It's Jahad Campbell.
Yeah. I figured it would be one of those types of guys. That's a good pick for them.
Okay. So now the Chiefs are on the clock at 32, and I think the Chiefs are going to take Josh Simmons.
That's actually a great pick for them, to be honest with you. Like he is pure Philadelphia Eagle material. That's a great fit. That's a really good fit.
Well, apparently, Will Johnson also had a knee issue.
Okay.
And he didn't run a 40-yard dash.
I don't care.
Well, you don't care, but your front office.
I know front offices do, but I don't care. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I don't care about the knee issue, but I don't care about the 40-yard dash.
Yeah. Well, the pick is already in for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, they know who they
What
are.
What if the Chiefs just traded back just so they can be like, hey, it's kind of like we won the Super Bowl so it's kind of like we three-peated.
or maybe they're just used to picking 32 at this point, so it's just that they have they'll have a conniption if they have to draft anywhere else.
Yeah. But yeah, the Chiefs have the 32nd pick now. But yeah, I think this is Josh Simmons. Who do you think the Chiefs are taking?
Josh Simmons seems fair, honestly.
I mean, they need a tackle. They traded Joe Thuney, so they need something.
Yeah, well, Joe Thuney was a guard, but
I mean, he was playing a little bit of tackle.
But they're not going to take Tate Ratledge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tate Ratledge is like maybe you can probably get him in like the 3rd round.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Josh Simmons would be the obvious pick.
Yeah, I think they're going Josh Simmons.
I mean, Nick Skirton could go here.
I think they need offensive line help so bad. Like
they kind of need defensive line help too.
I mean, yeah, but like I feel like there's more defensive linemen in this draft than there is offensive linemen. Like you can get a good defensive lineman in round 2. All right, pick us in. Let's just announce the last pick of the draft so we can all go to bed peacefully.
I think they're going to take Gareth Warren,
Who?
the offensive tackle out of Lindenwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's according to PFF, he certainly looks the part at 6'5", 330 pounds, but his lack of punch and propensity to play upright allows defenders to get into his frame far too easily on bull rushes. He allowed 7 sacks and 19 pressures at Lindenwood last year, making it difficult to foresee him translating effectively to the NFL level. Therefore, the Chiefs are going to draft him.
Okay.
I'm joking. He's the last rated tackle on the board.
Oh.
I could see him
this
taking
last one?
Mike Green. Honestly,
I think this pick is Josh Simmons.
Josh Simmons would be the smart move for them, so they might do it. But also, it kind of feels like the savvy Chiefs thing to do to take a guy like Mike Green, and he just magically works out for them.
Pick 31. Well, yeah, so Eagles get 31, Chiefs get 32, and 154. So those are the overalls.
Okay.
Just if y'all were wondering. And when I said y'all, I mean just us two, because I think we're the only two in the chat right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm used to this.
Yeah, it's on and off with his channels, but it's real bad in the off season. Like nobody ever comes and watches in the off season. Sometimes you get like people during the draft, but I do think right now, because I've taken such a break because of school, that my channel, like I'm gonna need to build my channel back up, honestly. Like I've got over 500 subscribers, but I don't think half of those subscribers even remember me.
I think almost 10 of those subscribers was me subscribing over and over again.
I got you.
Because I had like 7 different accounts, so I just subscribed on you on every single account that I had.
Well, there you go. A lot of them were from Tom Grassi, which I appreciate, but I will say I do kind of see why. Like every once in a while, somebody will get upset that he's that he gets people a bunch of subscribers, and I kind of see what people are saying. Like I don't totally agree, because it's an opportunity and you just need to take the opportunity, but it can kind of inflate your numbers and make you think you're doing better than you are.
And the Chiefs do take Josh Simmons.
Okay, yeah, I figured that'd be like, I mean, like it's the only person on the board who really makes sense for them at this point. But like, I thought maybe they'd take a swing. Well, the Chiefs fan on TV didn't like that pick apparently.
So I defeated you in the battle.
I think I think you might have finished like one above me, like because I kind of caught up at one point, but I do think you probably finished a little ahead of me.
Yeah. Membu, Hunter, Ward, Simmons.
Can I count Jackson Dart, even though it was a joke?
No.
But I should count Jackson Dart, because I did say that.
When?
Right before he got drafted. I said they're going to take Jackson Dart, and it was a joke, but I said it.
Okay, well, I must have missed that. I know you said that they took Jackson
I thought that's
Dart,
why you were laughing.
No, I was laughing because they took Dart.
Oh, no, I was... No, do you remember what I said, though? I was saying, like, they're going to take Jackson Dart, and then I refreshed the page, and I'm like, oh, shit, it is Jackson Dart.
Oh,
and then we started laughing.
So. I must have missed that.
Okay, well. All right. Well, that wraps it up for tonight, then, I think.
Well, I'll give you Dart.
I will... it doesn't really matter. Like, it was kind of a joke. You won either way. So, 99, not 99, like 80% chance I'll be streaming tomorrow. If nobody's really watching at this point anyway, and I can't imagine if anybody watched this later, they would watch this part. But for anybody who is listening, and also for you, Mikey, probably like a 70-80% chance I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to plan on it, but I'll just stay tuned and we'll see what happens. Mikey, I will let you know as soon as I can.
All right.
All right. So we got Shamar Stewart, and y'all got
Kelvin Banks,
yeah. Um, I think
Kelvin Banks, right?
both of us, were, I think, disappointed in the picks initially, and then came to kind of see the vision after a while. Although I think Mikey might have come around a little further than I came around, because I'm still not 100% sure about this Shamar Stewart pick. But it hinges on Trey Hendrickson. Like if you're bringing back Trey Hendrickson, then great. But if you're not, then I don't know if Shamar Stewart makes a whole lot of sense at that pick. Not when you got all those corners available. But give us your thought one more time. Your thoughts one more time on Kelvin Banks, though.
Look, so Calvin Banks, I feel like he has a lot of potential. Now, my biggest concern with the pick at the time wasn't that we got Calvin Banks. It wasn't that we got Calvin Banks. My big concern was that we had bigger positions of need. And I understand, you can't always draft positions of need, but sometimes, when there's a big talent like Will Johnson or Shador Sanders, that's what you got to do. But looking at some of the tape, Will Johnson, I will say, I hardly saw him get beat during the draft process. So, if we go into the next season I think this should be the lineup. I think we should have Fuaga at left tackle, Kelvin Banks at left guard, Eric McCoy at center, Cesar Ruiz at right guard, and then Trevor Penning at right tackle. I think that should be the lineup. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Kelvin Banks pick.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. But obviously, we'll have a little bit more analysis tomorrow, if in fact we are going live tomorrow, which probably, but not 100% sure yet. But we will. We'll definitely at some point be talking about what happens tomorrow, obviously. But for now, I'm gonna go eat a little bit more food and then go to bed. But I'll leave y'all with a hoo day.